All right, hello and good evening, everyone. It is time to continue Divine Beasts. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good and excited.
Yes, so glad
Well,
to be back.
oh my goodness, yeah, it's been a good month or so since we played, right? Something like that?
Long.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Tonight, everybody, pull up a chair, grab a drink, join the Hellfire Club, representing as we continue Divine Beasts. Allow me to, before we hop in, thank our sponsor. Have you ever felt the stress of watching Stranger Things and wondering, is Eddie going to get out of there with those psychotic, satanic panic people pursuing him? You can feel that own inner panic simply by logging in every day to Raid Shadow Legends. Enter promo code Anxiety Got Me Like for a new champion today.
All right.
So, it is with great pleasure that I have a couple of surprises up my sleeves, long as they are, for you guys tonight.
We like surprises.
Oh, I think you'll quite enjoy the surprise. Oh. So, let's go over just kind of a brief recap of the last session, and then we can hop into this thing.
Indeed.
Just a moment here. Let me pull up the old notes. So it was during the last session that you all continued your venture into the halls of Markoth, or at least that is what the time-worn runes along the stone walls appeared to depict the name of this place as. You'd done a bit of searching around, but very quickly came upon a large group of Hyposians, a surprising sight in an ancient ruin, but working together you quickly dispatched your foes, only to discover there was a strange sound, a sound of blades sinking into flesh further within. You went to investigate, and came upon yet another dangerous foe, a couple of kind of smaller Hyposians, guided by some kind of mage, performing a ritual that seemed like sacrificing blood or life force, sinking blood into these chalices that went along veins into the walls, and there was a strange altar. There were mysterious runes carved along the walls.
Hey, Elena, how's it going?
Runes that Oriko began to inspect. Runes that Oriko would soon regret inspecting. As the mysterious visage of Markoth, presumably, came upon you and you only, identifying you as interesting. Something somewhat akin to a predator playing with its food a little bit before diving in for the feast.
Sounds about right.
Thankfully, through a force of will, you were able to snap back too, and return to your party as you continued investigating these ruins. It was in another room that you came upon Corpine,
It was a good Curtis.
one of the assassins who was laying dying in a literal stack of corpses. It was there that you learned a little bit more about what was going on here and what caused so much of this to have started. Discovering that the halls of Markoth were a place discovered during an expedition by the scouts. They've been using it as a base of operations and storing additional Hyposians here for the experiments. That both noble houses had been being kind of played against each other, with the commander kind of looking to stage a coup between them. A man, Estevan Hylas, a leader of the scouts, who began studying artifacts there under the command of Commander Fritz, but over time became fixated on the things that he'd found there, delving further and further, spiraling into madness over time. And of the kind of interconflict within the assassins, the scouts in and of themselves, some following Commander Fritz loyally, others sort of splintering off into another sub-faction following Hylas, as his orders almost seemed to take some form of magic control. Corpine was unsure of this, but suspected as much. You continued along, further into the halls, as you heard sounds of a great battle happening. just in the darkness ahead of you. And from there, let us resume tonight's session. Now you may notice I, just for a moment, switched the map for everybody. I wanted to take a moment, and as you're going through, your heart's racing from the fights that you've completed and from the battles that lay ahead, the truths that you'd found. I'd like to check in briefly. How are each of you doing? Katie, if you want to hit some music for us real quick.
Sure. And was like, what does that sound? Oh yeah, I have a job to do.
It's alright. It's alright.
One job.
So let us check in first on Shael.
Good.
The information that you got in here is no light amount of news. To hear about operations pitting noble houses against one another, the travesties performed here, of the involvement of somebody in the military even so high up. What is going through Shael's mind right now?
So, having grown up kind of completely removed from all things like nobility and such, she is really concerned about, she has seen like the real life repercussions of the things nobles decide to do every day in the best of circumstances. So in this situation where they're being pitted against each other to cause destruction, she's very much like, it's weighing on her that like this is really a big deal, that if these guys are, this could have really, really bad effects on the common folk. And she's also like thinking about the kind of things, her and her friends will have to tackle moving forward.
It's been no small feat getting this far, and you can only imagine what's to come. Torn, how are you doing with all of this? It's been quite a day for you, and very, very little amount of food and drink to be had at that.
On top of this, going through this cave and everything, Torin's kind of like, he's very, very hungry. I mean, he almost was gonna take some flesh, but it's too stale, like so. And
Oh no!
the good cup of ale would be very nice about right now. But honestly, back of his head, he's wondering, what's all this here? What's all this in the cave? What's gonna await us, like in the next room and stuff? What is next for us? Why is all this happening? But the main thing that's on his mind is food.
Oriko, you of all bear one of the greatest weights. With each step, you can feel that presence. You're able to fight it off, but it's almost as though while you're exploring, with each shot of an arrow, with each swing of your blade, there is another battle raging on inside of you. A battle for supremacy of yourself. A desperate bid to hold on to what you are. Ever feeling that lingering presence, but the further you come in, the more prominent that feeling is. What goes through your mind?
Her mind is racing back and forth between what is currently haunting her. It feels like owlbear balm, like what they use for sore muscles, sitting on the back of her neck, icy but hot at the same time. She's thinking, like, what could it possibly have taken to turn the commander like that? And then, like, how am I supposed to fight this thing without my friends knowing? They wouldn't want me around if they know that that's something there. She's racing back and forth between those thoughts and feeling sickly, like there's a big pit in her stomach. Thinking, I just gotta keep pushing it down. If I keep pushing it away, it'll go away.
Sorry guys, my phone keeps humming from there, so I'm trying to move back.
heaviest of thoughts, ironically those that drive us to be alone, are hardest to tackle when we feel alone. But the very worst and the very hardest of loneliness is that which we feel when we're surrounded by those we deem closest. Lastly, I would like to turn over to Costin.
Let's take a nap right now. No.
All right. Sounds
Just
good.
being
See
like
you soon.
Riala, just fall asleep right there.
Yeah. He's trying to.
Excellent.
He's trying to take a point from his from the people above him and just take it. No. They've moved into a situation where they're being forced to move forward, and Costin, being the Avatar parent, feels like he now has this sudden added weight on his shoulders. He has to fight through an untold amount of Hypogeans to get his friends to safety, and he doesn't even know if there's a way out or not. So he's really apprehensive and uncertain, not sure what they're gonna find, not even sure where they're at, and he's more afraid for his companions than anything else, and so he's just trying to remain steadfast and vigilant in the face of this unknown threat, and is going to do everything he can to get them out of this predicament.
How is Costin looking right now? You've taken a few hits. You bear the heavy burden, the thought of protecting those closest to you. How is he looking right now?
I mean, considering the last fight, he looks like he's taken a few hits, but he's really trying not to wear it on his face. He's trying not to let any of this, show outwardly, and is just trying to be that rock for his friends so that they have someone to lean on.
Yes, the act of being steadfast in the face of danger and terror is a difficult one, easy as Costin may make it look. As you inwardly struggle with the trials and tribulations, with the thought of protecting everyone around you, tell me, perhaps, does Costin look something like this?
Like,
Take a look at roll 20.
Yay!
Oh my god!
Awesome.
I'm so excited. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, he looks just like that. That's great.
Excellent.
That's so good.
That is cool.
That's so freaking cool. Thanks,
is-
Potato.
Courtesy of our good friend Chelsea, you can find her on Twitter at sexiestpotato.
Oh, that's so good.
And give me just a moment here, and what I'm
So
going to
happy
do,
right now.
I've already prepared you a token using this art.
Yeah.
Give me just a second here. I'm just going to link this up for you real quick. Figured we had to do a good reveal for you.
Yeah, I was wondering, because she was talking about it the other day, and I was like, oh, okay, well, it must be taking longer than she thought. That's fine. No worries. It's all good. I wasn't worried
Excellent.
about it.
You are all linked up, and with that, let us return to our other map.
Yeah.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Wait, what?
Let me give you some vision here. And did you have a torch, Costin? I can't quite remember. I don't think you did. Nope, you're good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think so, because I'm typically sword and shield, so.
Alright, can you test the token, make sure that you can move it around?
Let me find it. There it is.
I can't see anything.
Yep.
Oh, there I am.
Yep, bottom left, almost.
I have to switch to creepier music.
Creepy.
How's that mood?
Alright, am I still breaking up for anybody? Can you guys hear me
They
okay?
haven't been
Yeah.
for me. I
No,
don't
you've been coming in clear.
Okay. Well, yeah, chat, keep me posted if something's going on and I'm not coming in clear. I think I'm gonna try something real quick. Let's see if that helps. All right. And so as you each take a moment to reflect upon yourselves and the things that you've been through, you continue step by step into the dark stone passages of these chilling stone halls. You hear a great there's about 20-30 feet ahead. There's an open sort of portcullis. The old worn iron bars locked in place, assumedly by some kind of chain, but you can hear a great commotion in the darkness beyond. Terrified shouts and cries, vicious grumbling roars of Hyposians. Or so you think. What are you going to do?
Costin's gonna stop as they're kind of working their way down the hall and look back to the group and just kind of like lower his voice to a whisper and say, "Did the rest of you hear that?"
Yeah.
Sounds like trouble. Oriko, do you think you could peek up ahead around the corner? Give us some insight?
Absolutely. Would it be survival or stealth?
In order to not be noticed, let me ask you something. What is your passive, or what is your stealth modifier? Like, what is added to your stealth roll?
5.
Okay. So I'm full disclosure. I'm playing with a new way of handling stealth. I'm just gonna kind of take that versus the I'm allowing people to take 10 on stealth. Like, oh, I can take 10 plus whatever my stealth is. I'll compare that to their passive, and in a clutch moment, I'll have you roll your stealth. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, Oriko, you steady yourself, keeping low and keeping to the shadows, back pressed against the wall, step by step getting closer and closer. You can see barely, just a little ways further in, the lights kind of getting distant. Just reach, ready to peek around the corner to see what the commotion is, the noises getting louder as you draw near. The grumbling growls, ever closer. A loud the flying of stone, cry of pain. You just begin to peek around the corner. You squint, really trying hard to see in the darkness of the cavern. I'm going to have you roll a perception check. I believe you don't have dark vision, correct?
Correct.
Please roll perception at disadvantage.
Wrong one. I'm so sorry.
Well, that's okay.
There we go. I need glasses.
A natural 20 and a natural 1.
Holy
What are the odds of that?
Oh man.
No.
Wow.
So, you peek in, straining your eyes in the darkness. You swear you can see movement. Can't quite make it out. Then, suddenly, a shape from the dark beyond flies just past your face. You see it tumble along the ground. It hits the wall, stopping in its momentum. An arm of a person. Please roll stealth to see if you're noticed as you notice this whooshing by your face.
At disadvantage? Or regular?
Let's go regular on this one. Please note, you guys all just got a full team inspiration, so thank goodness for Chels.
thank you, Chels.
Oh, you're gonna need it, I assure you.
Oh shit.
That's a secret roll that we're gonna use later. Okay. So, let's see that stealth roll, please.
I did.
Did that not load for me? Oh, there it is. 11.
11.
Let's see.
11. Oh shit.
You how well that counter roll is. Wow, really? That's all you guys get? Oriko. You swear you hear the shift of weight. A great weight dragging and scraping along the stone floors just beyond your vision. Breathing growing heavier. But previously you'd felt you could hear the breath in the darkness beyond. But in those moments it seems to be turning towards you. I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Oh man.
I have one thing, because my favorite enemy is Hypogean. Do I recognize it as Hypogean?
You would recognize your favorite enemy anywhere. And this is no exception. It is absolutely Hypogean.
Okay, that's good to know. It's
Okay.
not a ghost. That's okay. It's not a ghost.
Okay, let me see here.
It's not in my mind. It's not in my
You
mind.
got
Yeah, it's
17.
not in my mind.
At least I'm safe inside my mind.
Not
Okay,
safe.
there it is. Everything's being really slow to add tonight. My apologies. Like
Just,
you guys
you
just
know,
all
add
rolled.
it to the list of fucking
Wow,
technical
really?
difficulties, dog.
Yeah, today has been a day, you guys. Today has been an absolute day, but that's all right.
Add it to the list.
Okay. Hot dog. Which one was that one? Oh no. Well. See how that goes? So, unfortunately, the one that noticed you is the first one to respond.
No!
And you hear loud,
No!
come on, Roll20. Really? You're honestly gonna do me like this right now, Roll20?
Oh yeah.
Keep you from killing us.
Oh, that's right, I can't do that on here. Like, as you're peeking, your eyes widen in horror. It's like one large hand reaches up and grabs around sort of the corner of the quarter where you are. Big, bloodshot eyes stare down at you with a voracious gaze. It reaches up with a mighty club. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna commit to this. All right. We're full on standing for this bitch. All right. So, as it reaches around, it reaches up with this club and slams down with incredible force. 27 to attack. And it catches you for 20 bludgeoning damage.
Good.
What did
And
you
it reaches
do?
back up.
What did you make for us?
He made Death Incarnate.
20.
Shit.
Excellent. Gets you for 16 more points. Are you still up?
I'm still up.
So let's see, there we go, that's not too bad. And that is fantastic. You see this great thing kind of grab, and it has such strength to it that as it grabs around the corner, you see the rocks in the stone beginning to splinter and crack. Oriko is driven back by a couple of powerful blows as it roars out from the hallways beyond. It is your turn. Oriko, you're on deck.
Okay, well. Oh shit. Let's see.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy, here we go.
That's not good. They made the tape measure. They changed it.
Yeah, so this one, just assume that each one is 5 feet. Because
Yeah.
the resizing didn't work with this map, it's going to be the last time I use that site.
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, it had been so long since we played, I forgot about that with my token. And I'm like, why can't I like directional key this thing? This is stupid.
Yeah, I liked it better when it was snapped to each square. Oh well.
Yeah. No, and it will be after this map again.
Yeah.
I tried a different site for this one, and it didn't go great.
No worries. Just caught me off guard for a second. Alright, so... What can I do? I think... Because of I'm restricted by movement, Costin's just gonna see the attack on Oriko from a distance, barely, as it kind of like... It's pretty shadowed up ahead, but he can see it. And, yeah, he's just gonna run ahead. He sees the attack. Oriko! And he draws his weapon and shield, and then just runs all the way there.
Excellent. Would you like to ready an action, dodge? Is there anything else additionally that you'd like to do? You can also dash in bonus action.
Going to... Yeah... No... It's big. I might... Dash... Yeah, considering I can't hit it, I'm gonna go ahead and use dash and just take some more movement so I can get into a better position.
Excellent. Let me see something. Ah, yes. And as you run by it, you notice, very fortunately, it's staring down at Oriko and it seems to be lifting one more time, but it watches as you run past.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop there so that I'm next to Oriko. Yeah, I'll just... Since that was a dash, I don't have any more... I can't ready an action, can I?
Nope, that was your action and dash, unfortunately.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Alright, so... Yeah, I'll just end my turn there.
Alright, with that, Oriko, you just taken a couple of really just powerful hits. You can feel your bones crunching under the sheer force of that club, but you kind of step back, catch your breath, and ready yourself for an action. It is your turn, and Shael, you're on deck.
So Oriko, after getting hit, is feeling a little slightly dizzy, but pissed off, like, how dare you get the surprise on me?
Yeah.
And so first thing she's gonna go, oh, you want to play big, so she's gonna take Potion of Growth.
Right where you're at?
When you say it like that, I think I'll step one step back and take it.
So, well, let me see here. If you're large, I think, I think we could totally work with this. Okay, yeah, you've got
Block
enough
the whole
space in there.
doorway.
You'll block the doorway, but you can do it. Well, I think we can totally justify people just like duck and run between your legs.
You sure? Because if not, I was gonna move down here instead. And
That is totally fine.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna move
Yeah.
down there and help flank.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay, and then is taking a potion a bonus action or an action?
It's a bonus action if you're drinking it yourself. Administering it to somebody else would be an action, but we can. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I'm gonna after running by Costin, slamming it like a shot. He's gonna take out the High Queen hand axe and gonna fucking attack it.
Fuck yeah, doggy. That's good kick. That connects for 7 damage. Excellent. And I believe you have 2 attacks at this level, so you can swing again if you'd like to.
Okay, so
And they could be same hand.
same hand. So
Yep.
1, and then gonna go with the same hand again. Click.
All right. Womp womp. Oh, 17. That connects
Oh, yeah.
for another 5 damage. Excellent.
Okay. And then offhand, wham, wham, and here
And
goes.
offhand because you bonus action potion.
Oh, okay. So just,
But
just the 2.
yeah,
Okay.
2 excellent hits.
Another team inspiration too, by the way.
Ooh, all right, yeah. Keep track of that. So you just like go on your huge quest for a second, and just like reaching back with this big hand, the Hive Queen action, the dim light shining for a second as you just drive it into its shoulder, like you pull it out, coming and swing it, catching it in the side, ripping and tearing as you swing through, dealing a total of 12 damage. A couple of solid blows, but it's still got a lot of fight left to it, and that'll be your turn.
I have one question.
Dial. Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay, doesn't that potion of growth also add damage, or?
Let me take a look.
When
see
you're,
real quick.
yeah, doesn't it add 1d6?
Give me just a second. That
Yeah.
might be the case.
My giants might add extra damage, but it might be
Giant
good.
growth. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Let's see here.
I could be wrong.
Here we are. Sorry. Enlarge effect. Okay. So let me just click a second link. One sec, kiddo. You do an extra 1d4, so roll a 1d4 twice, one for each of those hits.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Sorry about that. Damn, okay. Roll again.
Oh,
Yep, because you get one for each hit. What's up, kiddo? Awesome, kiddo. Tell me about that in the morning. I want to hear all about it.
I'll still take it.
All the damages. Every point counts.
Even
Okay,
better,
let's-
you do another 4 damage. All right, sounds good. Okay, and that'll be your turn. Shael, you hear a loud commotion up in front. Oriko's not looking so hot. It is your turn. What do you do?
So, is this like a narrow doorway? What's the deal here?
So that is kind of like an open portcullis.
Okay.
You can easily get through. You can walk 2 people abreast through there.
Well,
Unless one of those people is Oriko and Costin in thick form.
Yeah.
Okay, so from here I would have line of sight. Correct?
Let me take a look. See, that will be a correctamundo.
And I'm going to. I'm going to cast True Strike on it
Okay.
so that I can have advantage my next attack.
Beautiful. So that'll be your action to cast that. Is there a bonus action that you'd like to take?
No. The bonus action spell I think I have is Misty Step, and I don't want to use that yet. I don't want to use any more sorcery points yet. So, I'll leave it there for now.
Excellent. So you just conjure up with a quick gesture that magic and pointing at it. Its weaknesses are revealed to you for a moment. I'll tell you what. Let's flavor this a little bit. Let's season this up. Let's Chef Boyardee this bitch. It doesn't have any particular weaknesses in its defense, but nor does it have any strengths. And you will have advantage on your next attack. Let me mark it so that we can remember that. All right, and with that, that is your turn. This guy's gonna come on down. All right. You can hear kind of some commotion going off in the darkness, but you can't really make out what it is. A couple of slashes, a slight scream of somebody charging, a low growl. But as that's happening, Torin, it is your turn. You get a chance to respond. What do you do?
Alright, after Torin see Oriko go in there and stuff, and he's gonna do like the warm up, kind of like bounce a little bit, like, alright, some action time. And then
Yeah.
throws his arms down, and his axes fall right down, and he catches him, and then he sits there and watch Costin go in, like, alright, come on, son. Oh, you're just gonna stand there. Okay, don't worry, Dad's coming.
Excellent.
And then,
Excellent.
That
yeah, so Torin's gotta move, like run in there, but then he'll see the big old org thing, and he'll like catch himself from going any further onto the like skin. So I'll attack.
Sweet. Yeah, you kind of skid to a halt and go for your swing. Oh yeah, 8 damage. Roll again.
Yeah, then with that stop, then he kind of goes up. I might use an inspo on that one.
Well, you can't. Yeah, you can if you like. Go ahead and re-roll.
Oh, gee. I'm gonna use.
Fortunately, the
Lord.
first one connected anyway.
Oh,
So,
damn.
God damn it. Okay, and then I believe you get an offhand attack as well.
Oh yes, 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 I do.
Just all y'all dual wielding people. Damn. All right. Okay. Excellent. You've
Yes.
done a couple, a few significant hits against it. it kind of rears back, kind of starting to clutch its side with it, like it sort of lets go from here and starts clutching where it's wounded, still brandishing that club menacingly, but it's starting to look not bloody, but you guys have done a pretty good amount of damage to it.
All right. And Torin just go look back, Costa. Don't worry. Just remember, all in the hips, all in the hips, buddy. You got this.
Swing with the hips.
All in my tool.
Excellent. So down, just beyond. You can kind of hear a little bit more of a commotion, but you can't quite make out what's going on. So, this time, as you start slashing and you're kind of like yelling to Costin, this thing just looks over at Torn. Let's go for a moment. Its hand covered with a sort of dark, reddish violet blood dripping down as it grips with both hands of a large wooden great club swings down with ferocity. Thanks, kiddo. And the fucking club slips from its grasp
Yes.
and just
Yes.
boom crashes into the wall beyond it. I'm just gonna make some shit up here, and now it's gonna unarmed strike for the second attack. Okay, that will be 17 against your armor class.
Yeah.
Does that succeed?
Oh. Yes.
All right. That will be
Ooh, man.
9 bludgeoning damage as it just.
Reaction.
Ooh,
I'm
yes!
gonna use interception and reduce the damage, so I'm gonna block it with a shield and kind of deflect the attack a bit.
Hell yeah! Roll for reduction.
So I reduced all of the damage.
So as it swings down, you're just kind of looking over at Costin for a moment, confidently. Oh yeah, you got to swing in the hip zone. You look up, and like time slows for a moment as it throws its club, and you, and then it reaches back, and you're, as Costin,
Dad. Oh, Jesus Christ.
reels back a little bit. And as it turns, Costin, you've just blocked and saved Lizard Daddy. Sorry, Daddy.
And
That moment,
and right behind his shield.
Daddy, no!
right behind his shield, Torin's all like this.
Next time you kick him in the face, fucker. Oh, shit. Alright, so I'm gonna use the momentum of that shield swing to block the fist from hitting Torin and just follow through with 2 swings.
Going, somebody fists my daddy!
Only me!
Oh
Go to your room! Jokes for your age! Child! I thought you were in bed! God damn it.
Oh,
Thank you, the internet now gets to watch me fail as a parent right before Father's Day, so you're welcome.
Hell yeah, that's hilarious. Alright. So this is gonna be Echo
no! Did she
Bringer.
die? No.
24.
Ooh, excellent, that succeeds. Roll for that. 12 damage. Are you activating its special
No,
effect?
no. Just
Damn.
regular damage. I'm saving that for now. So yeah. First swing
Yes.
comes in, I'm cutting it up under the arm.
It is now bloodied.
Nice. And then I'm gonna come back around with a spinning strike and catch it across the gut and
Kill
hopefully
it
the
before
second
I get
strike
my
lands.
advantage attack.
Another 8 damage.
Another 8 damage. Excellent.
I think that's all I'm gonna do for now, because we're doing some pretty good work on this, so I'll just leave it be. And all my turn there.
Right as Costin starts attacking, Oriko, you kind of turn around and you're ready to attack again. It's your turn. What do you do? Shael, you're on deck.
Hold on, I need to check something real quick. Oh, that one. Shit. Okay, no, I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna keep swinging on it, hoping hoping it dies soon.
Keep on swinging. Okay. 16.
Oh,
Succeeds!
yes!
9 damage. Roll another d4 for me as well.
Okay.
Oh, dog! Jeez.
3.
Scoring some fire on that extra damage. Roll your second attack.
Toriko Inspiration, D12.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Yep.
Go with the Hive Queen axe again.
Yeah, do it. 10 damage. Roll another d4. Another 1. Okay, and you have your bonus action. You can use an unarmed strike if you'd like.
I don't have unarmed strike.
Or, sorry, offhand strike.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I'm going on my Power Rangers one-shot mindset there.
Okay, yep, other... Gonna do the other one.
Ooh! Unless...
Inspo.
Cool.
Yes. Okay.
Unfortunately, that second attack doesn't succeed.
At least you didn't like
Or
drop
third
your
attack, I
weapon.
suppose. You just like, with 2 massive attacks, just like this sweet extract, just easily, with your enlarged size and strength, just cutting through this thing like a scythe through ripe wheat, just with such ease and finesse. However, the third one, it just reaches up and catches your arm and weakly utters a low growl at you, blood dripping from its toothed maw.
That's the
And
army
that is your turn unless you'd like to move.
Nope, I'm going to stay where I'm at. I'm good.
Fantastic. Shael, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
Okay, I have no idea.
Lightning bolt.
Yeah, right? Well, you guys are all in the way.
On a scale of 1 to 200, it's looking.
Magic missile.
I don't have magic missile.
Oh.
And y'all got, you guys are blocking the doorway. I can't do shit.
See over our
Well,
head.
it's large enough, and the doorway's a good 10
Yeah.
feet. You could see and easily like pass something over there.
I guess I'll do that. I'm gonna try to conceal your spell slots, but that's what sorcery points are for.
Hey.
There.
We'll hit it with a chromatic orb.
Ah!
Oh my god, that's
Hi.
so much damage.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, that amount of lightning damage.
But there's one further detail to be made. And that's how this
I
goes down.
killed it! Yay!
Oh, awesome.
So, you guys are now familiar with the way Shael conjures like a ball of lightning energy and then uses her magical force to like hurl it towards, almost like a Kamehameha.
Yeah, of course.
And it strikes the creature and you see like the jolt of lightning like fizzle over its skin as it like seizes up and then crumples down.
And in the wake of your spell is merely a like steaming, charred lump of just flesh seared from the power of the
No.
lightning. You,
No Torin. No Torin.
I was like,
Just because it's cooked doesn't mean you should be eating. Oh god, no. Finger looking good.
I mean, how are you, boy? Mm.
I knew Cheryl, I knew she cared. You know?
I know. You're feeding me tonight.
Is there any movement that you would like to take, Shia?
Then I'll just walk in to catch up with the rest of them and see what else is going on in this room.
And as you walk in, your light spell illuminates the chamber. While there are some kind of like tendrils
I
of
don't have a
shadow,
light spell.
or that you got a torch or something.
Oh, probably a torch, yeah, but I don't
Okay.
have a light spell.
Okay, I thought it was a light spell. Anyway, minor details aside, you kind of illuminate the area, and while there's a few bits of shadow from the columns going up to the ceiling, you can see in this large chamber is another one of those big things, and it's attacking one of the assassins. They appear engaged for these few seconds. Is there any free action that you'd like to take?
No.
Excellent. So with that, that is your turn. This guy takes a couple hits at the big guy. One of them succeeds. Okay, hits him for a little bit of damage there. And with that, Torin, you can kind of see that there's two of them kind of fighting. The kind of smaller assassin-looking one is slashing through with a short sword, kind of catching it along the leg, and it's roaring angrily, raising its club up as though ready to counter-strike. What are you going to do? And you can just move like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you can get there.
Okay.
Look like here.
Okay, well, I'm gonna run up to you then, and then just start attacking also. Good thing,
All right.
Yeah, good thing, because I was gonna attack that green guy there.
Hey, that's entirely your prerogative
Well-
as well.
That's one of the assassins, so.
Ah, I
Yeah.
see. He's gonna be joining. Okay. So for now, he's an ally until this guy's dead.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Much, pretty much.
Roll to attack.
I'm gonna use an inspo.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. And another
Okay, 7 damage.
one. One more.
All right. So that was an inspel. And then that was 8. And then another 5. Yeah, you unleash a series of 3 powerful strikes with your axe, cutting upwards. It kind of roars out in pain. You can see that dark violet red blood, the viscous ooze splashing out from each place where you landed a powerful cut against it. It's still looking pretty good though. Like it's got a good amount of fight left to it though. Is there anything else you'd like to do? That is your move, action, bonus action. So I guess unless you'd like to shout something, that's about it.
No, I'm good.
All right. This thing. Let's just resolve these rolls real quick. Just catches the one before they like kind of double over in pain, and then brings it down, just splitting them in half with the force of that club. Rocks and stone fracturing and splintering out, scattering into the air.
One
That's
last
it.
assassin to worry
And
about.
then turns towards Torin. In that moment, as you see the other one finished off, the large creature turning towards your comrade, Costin, you see an opportunity to act. What are you going to do? Oriko, you're on deck next.
Just gonna have to bonus action dash to make it in there, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Bonus action dash?
Or action dash.
I was
sorry.
like, you're not
I'm
a rogue
tired.
anymore,
No,
motherfucker. You don't
I'm
get
just
to do
tired.
that.
I'm just gonna dash. So move
Excellent.
in next to Torin, slide to a stop, shield raised, sword at the ready, and end my turn there.
Excellent. With that, Oriko, Costin just dashed off. It seems there's another threat. What are you going to do?
Okay, so Oriko can't exactly see what they're fighting, but saw both of them dash.
Oh, I can't hear you, Kim.
Kind of muted.
Aha!
Yeah. Wah, wah. So Oriko can't see what they dashed off to, but is hoping that this is gonna open down this way to. Oh yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. That's 30, right? I can't tell what's my.
It's enough. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
Yeah.
bigger feet. You're good. Running like Rich. Yeah. All right.
Like a Titan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Excellent.
Okay.
Attack on
Giant
Oriko.
Orico Baywatch running. Like
Don't do something. Oh, it's Oriko.
Okay. Okay, Oriko's gonna see that. Whoa! And gonna attack it with the our High Queen hand axe. If I can click it.
Excellent. Roll to attack. Fuck yeah, that hits 9 damage. Excellent. Okay, that was. Oh boy. Guess what? He is bloodied.
Yes. I'm gonna attack.
And I think you've got another attack.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, roll it.
This High Queen hand axe is not failing me. With it again.
Another 7 damage, a considerable blow.
Title.
Ah,
Oh no.
+3.
Yeah, with that just like it's kind of like starting to like bend over a little bit, unable to fully hold like itself up. Its strength waning as blood oozes from multiple wounds. You have one more attack with your offhand if you'd like to take it.
Okay, hopefully her dead arm is better now. Gonna try the offhand.
Excellent.
I might put that on it. So,
Just succeeds.
Nice.
ooh, okay, slash. 3! 11! No, 12. 12.
All right. Your flurry of attacks is incredibly effective. It's barely standing. It is not looking great anymore. And I believe that's movement, action, bonus action. So that's your turn unless you'd like to shout something.
Excuse me.
No, I'm good. I can't do anything.
Excellent. All right, Shael. You can see that the tide of battle is quickly turning. What are you going to do?
So move 30 feet in here
I barely got to hit you guys. This
with
sucks.
my torch.
You nearly killed Oriko on the first turn.
Right?
Did you die?
A little inside.
I a little bit inside.
Is it tall enough that I'd be able to fire crossbow over its head? Or
Oh,
over their
easily.
heads? Okay.
Yeah, this is kind of like a taller area. The roof is a good almost 15 feet high, probably closer to 20 because these guys are really big.
Yeah.
You can easily do it.
Cool. I'm gonna do that. Sick.
Boy,
Digital dice like Shael tonight.
so you just carefully take aim and catches it right in the shoulder. It kind of stumbles back a little bit, rips it out, throws it to the ground, roars at all of you. That's your action. Is there a bonus action that you'd like to take?
No.
All right. With that, Torn, it is once again your turn.
All right. So Torin's gonna stab right in the stomach as hard as he can, and with the axe that's in his stomach, just like a big old slash, and it's like sitting there. He's gonna use that one and jump up from the axe, and he's gonna try to hit the neck part there.
Okay. Roll a second attack. Okay.
And then he's gonna yank that one out and hit it on his way down one more time. I'm gonna use it, my last inspo.
Tell us what happens.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so yeah, Torin, he kind of like sat there and he gave all of his might right into the stomach there where it like stuck, and then he kind of leaped off of it, and then he got right there on the neck, and then he kind of, when he's like falling, he just kind of grabbed with both hands and just right down the chest, all the way down where his other axe is at.
Gotta get down.
And it just splits open, spilling everywhere as you grab your second axe, kind of spinning around, sidestepping a little to just avoid the flood of blood and viscera that spills out as you just like swing your axes and just a bunch of blood just splatters down onto the stone floors. And with that, combat is resolved. Well done.
Take a seat.
All right. With your enemies dispatched, there's a sort of heavy silence now in the room. You've won, but there were another two that fell easily before the Hyposians might. But why were they fighting the Hyposians? Were they perhaps on that other side that Corpine had mentioned? Questions run about in your mind in the moments that follow. What are you guys going to do now?
Is there like anything like left of them, like items or anything? Tord wants to kind of kick around and look and stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm glad somebody did.
Yep.
So, while many of the things are pretty much in ruins at this point, you are able to find a few items of note. One of the assassins has, it looks like a short sword. The pommel is almost curved to kind of give like a little bit of a guard. The blade itself curved, and there's kind of like a little spiky parts near the base and at the end, and the blade itself almost kind of hooks down a little bit as well, and there's a carved indentation going along each side of the blade as well. A well-made smooth handle upon it. Does anybody happen to speak? Let me see what.
Yes, no, maybe so.
What language did I say this was? My apologies.
Is it abyssal?
Does anybody happen to speak Orcish?
No.
No.
The
Wild. My
runes.
best friend's a half orc, and I don't speak orcish.
Take your phone thing out. No.
But there's that. There's also a small pouch with about 20 gold pieces, and you notice most of the rations at this point are covered in blood and probably not edible by the rest of them. You might be into it. I don't know. There's one good day's of rations and a small pouch with about 20 gold pieces in there.
Not much here, guys, besides 20 gold. I'll let you guys kind of like divvy that up there. The food-wise, not really my kind of spice. I'll pass on this.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Smells it? Yeah, I think you're right. Drops it.
Is there anything of note in the room specifically, like on the walls, like any murals or writing? Not that we want to read any of the weird writing, but anything that might be noteworthy to like give us any other clues as to this location.
What if I don't?
Yeah.
Um,
Don't read anything.
Please pair a perception check with an investigation check for me if you would like to look around the room.
18 and 19.
Nice.
You look around the room, so there are a lot of runes. You can see again more of those stone masks kind of affix the wall at several locations. More markings that you make a very careful and deliberate point not to read necessarily too closely. There are several, like runes kind of like, there's like a slot almost in the wall. And again, sort of chalices with strange indentations going sort of down into that slot.
Interesting.
Runes abound on either side, and small hieroglyphs depicting looks like a sacrificial dagger.
Okay. I'll just kind of keep that image in the back of my mind in case something comes up later. Given that I'm not reading anything, or I'm going to attempt to, or probably can't even do that at this point. I think Rachel was the only one that can read them anyways. Just gonna look around the room and try to move forward and continue through.
"'Tis an interesting thing, isn't it, Origo?" How they look around. So very clueless about what is right before them.
I have a question really quick. Can
course.
can it hear Oriko's thoughts?
Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck. Okay.
What is Oriko thinking?
Because, like, can't help but be curious, just thinking, like, what are they missing then?
Or is a simple thing. Some may view it as good or evil. But what is good and evil? Power is simply something for the worthy to wield.
Fucking Dominus.
Right?
So, Oriko's gonna also take a quick look around also to see what the voice is talking about. Trying to pretend that didn't hear it, but just
You don't
like
need to roll.
casually. "Doo-doo-doo."
You're walking along,
specifically here.
kind of gazing down. The bloodletter. A former tool of mine. And those who had traveled with me in an age-long past. It now lies taken from its resting place by that one. And you feel your gaze subconsciously go to Torin. What will he do with it, do you wonder? How much blood can be spilled? To protect? To kill? What's the difference in the end?
So Oriko's gonna quickly just walk over to Torin and wait, does Torin have it?
Yeah, he picked it up off the corpse of one of those people and he was kind of looking around at it a bit.
Torin, I'm sorry to ask. Can I please can I take the dagger? She says in a kind of shaky voice.
Why? Are you okay, Oriko? What's going on?
Just a bad feeling. Just maybe
Insight check.
cover it up.
Excellent, yeah, I'll roll an insight check.
As long if I'm not the bad feeling you're gonna take out.
No, of course not, Torin.
Well, yeah, not much of my type anyways.
He's clearly shaken by this dungeon, but you don't sense anything amiss. Simply nerves getting the best of even a seasoned adventurer in these trying times.
20? A dirty 20? I can't tell that she's being shifty.
I'm gonna roll. Okay, can I roll insight because I want to know why she's taking this dagger away from me?
Absolutely, roll away.
Oh.
Again, kind of the same thing. This has been a pretty scary place, Torin, and especially after those two massive hits that she took, you can't blame her for feeling a little jumpy down here. This is a scary place. You don't know where you're at. You don't know if you'll even hear from the great bird, from your god Darugo. This is a godless, terrifying place where strange and terrible creatures are that would get the best of anyone.
I see, Oriko. You want to keep yourself safe. A little bit with the dagger. Here you go. You can have it.
Thank you, Torin. She takes with a bit of ripped cloth and just grabs it like it's contaminated with filth.
I wasn't that messy. Come on.
Well, you don't know who all this has been inside.
I don't.
Ew. Torin's face goes to like disgust, like, oh, yeah, kind of wiping his hands off himself a little bit.
Ew.
And she takes
Beautiful, isn't it? Remarkable craftsmanship.
Oriko just gritting her teeth while covering it up as quickly as she can and just stuffs it in her pocket satchel.
You notice, you kind of quickly tuck it away. And as you go to like kind of put back your hand axes, your hand glides down. When did you sheath it? You don't remember sheathing it. But it's there. At your hip.
What did I do?
She suddenly blurts this out.
What? What are you talking about, Oriko?
Oh, what do we do next?
We need to move on to the next room. I think I found the next door ahead.
Okay, let's get out of here. Let's get through this as quickly as we can.
Yes, I don't want to linger here either. Oriko,
Oh,
is
that's
still
right.
huge!
You're still Orithik.
Yeah. Or thick, I love it.
So you guys begin to traverse the next hallway. You draw closer into the empty halls. You can see small smears of blood along the wall where something had been injured. Small speckles of it along the walls. The uneven stone floor extending into the darkness beyond. Again, that heavy, thick scent of iron, blood, practically palpable in the air, lingers thick. Noriko, you go along with the others. And as you guys proceed in, you watch as Torn steps down, venturing bravely into the darkness. The light of Shael casting a dim light that you may continue to see, and it's in that moment that a blade swings out from the wall. He tries to dodge, but it pierces through him, cutting, ripping, slowly upwards. He screams, but there's no sound, as it tears him asunder.
Oriko's
Wasn't that fun? You suddenly look. They're all continuing along. You guys kind of pause, noticing that Oriko is lingering behind for some reason.
Oriko, I know that the potion hasn't worn off yet, but we need to move ahead.
Oh shit.
let's can we stop a second? I'm so sorry.
Yes, of course, but let's try not to linger. Take a break.
Yes. You feel a cold, skeletal hand slowly creep its fingers along. A sickly sort of comforting hand clawed upon your shoulder. You could use some rest, couldn't you, Oriko? You glance over, and for just a moment, there's the mask covering the top half, the single eye staring, piercing your very soul. The bottom half, an emaciated skull, twisting into a wicked grin. We could spend some quality time together, couldn't we? And in an instant it's gone, just as though it had never been there.
No, never mind. We should continue. Let's maybe watch out for traps like giant swords coming through the wall and slicing us to bits.
Oddly specific.
Probably wise, though. I didn't actually think there might be traps, but that's some good insight. Good looking out, Oriko. Let's move with caution, just in case.
Alright, I agree. Let's go.
Alright. You proceed further, cautiously and slowly, keeping an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. The blood, of course, catches your attention, but it appears like it's been there for some time, partly dried and coagulated from the stale air in these passages. Slowly but surely, always moving forward, eyeing your surroundings. You move through the dark tunnels. It's at this point that I would like everybody, except for Oriko, to do a group wisdom saving throw. And no, I will not be allowing anybody to use inspiration on this one.
No! How dare you!
Excellent. So you guys continue along. Slowly but surely making your way. Careful. And there's a few spots that you guys, as you're kind of moving very slowly and cautiously, with those heightened senses, that alertness in which you're proceeding, you notice some kind of uneven bits of stone that you carefully maneuver around. And Oriko, it's a little more difficult for you, but you're able to kind of step over a bit. Cautiously, oh so cautiously, you make your way.
Downtown.
Making my way
But it's
downtown.
unfortunate that you had always kept your eyes forward. Always moving forward, as suddenly there is a low growl. The others are moving forward, unable to hear it. But suddenly, Oriko, you feel this hotness as a large creature jumps up, sinking its claws into your shoulder, biting down. Shale, you look back in horror as it rips out half of her neck, blood spilling out as Oriko, her eyes go wide, face twisted in pain. She goes to scream, but it's too late. It sinks in for another bite. Austin and
Shael
Karen have
would
gotten-
probably scream as soon as she sees this.
The two of you hear this. Even Oriko, you're caught off guard by this.
Shael, what happened?
What do you mean what happened? Did you... She...
What's wrong?
When I look back at Oriko, is she fine?
You see her standing there, mouthing the words, "Why didn't you help me?" Half of her throat gone, a steady trickle of blood staining her clothes red. She falls to her knees, mouthlessly gasping for the help that would never come.
Yeah, Shael just runs over to her.
And as you finally lay hands on her, you see her staring down, bewildered at you. Unmarked, unharmed.
Is everything okay?
You were just injured. You were just dying. You were just attacked. What? What? What the fuck?
No one has been attacked.
Did you see something? You saw something, right? You did
Yeah.
see something.
Yeah. You're not hurt?
No, I'm okay. But you saw something.
I saw it. I saw you get bit and your fucking throat get ripped out is what I saw.
He looks over to Torin.
Holy shit.
I don't see.
You see
I wonder if
Torn.
these traps are
Here we go,
Standing
breath
above
and-
Oriko. Her corpse is there, and he's just mindlessly taking her things.
Who, me?
Torin is.
No. Who?
That's
oh.
what you see, yes.
Oh, that's what I see.
You notice in one of his hands a bloody hand axe.
Torin, stop! No! Don't! Leave her alone!
Thorin, you look over. You see Shael clutching her stomach, Costin's blade driven into it. He looks back at you, whispering, "I'm sorry. It had to be done."
Costin, what have you done? And he takes his hand axe out and preparing to take his other one out. We was all like family here. Why would you do that?
Do you see? You once again see an image, Orico. A spectral visage, translucent, barely fading in and out of reality. That same emaciated face below the broken mask. That same twisted grin. How easy it is to guide the unworthy when you hold the power. Wouldn't you like to be able to protect them from something like this? Or better yet, why not wield it against your enemies?
Oriko glances down at the dagger really quickly and then back up, like, and then shakes it off as, like, no, shut up, just yelling it as loud as you can, shut up.
Would you like me to stop then? I could let them finish the job. It would be easy. It would be fun.
No, you leave them alone.
I like that. A strong spirit is the very most fun to break. And in an instant, all of you, with a jolt, seem to come to your senses.
Torin, don't... What was that?
I have no idea. But I suggest we make this haste as fast as we can get this done with.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if it was some, like... with an Arcana check, would I be able to tell if it was, like, a curse or some kind of weird thing? Like, what kind of shit is getting into our minds?
Absolutely, go ahead and roll.
Okay. No whammies. Oh, fucking shit.
So here's the thing, though.
I'm gonna get my real dice after
You've
you
studied
explain this.
at Sapphire Skies Academy. You know you're not an expert in curses by any means. Primarily, evocation is really more your line of spellcasting. It's your focus. But it's not as though you don't know curses. This was no curse. It was some kind of powerful magic. You have to really focus for a couple of seconds there before it really starts to come to you a bit. It felt a little bit like kind of probably illusion, but you're not sure if it was maybe enchantment as well, because something didn't just show powerful images to you, something made things change around you, and that startles you a bit.
Yeah.
That really begins to rattle you for a second, and that this was able to so quickly and easily overtake you and your party members here. You're all not warriors of legend by any means, but you're all seasoned adventurers. well traveled in your own rights, and this, whatever this was not good.
We can't. She kind of looks at everybody. She says, "There's something powerful and dark happening here. Something is wielding some really strong illusion and enchantment magics, potentially simultaneously. Was almost unheard of.
We need to make haste and not remain here any longer than we have to.
We need to be certain of things that are real and things that aren't. I don't know how to do it. Maybe right now, while we have our bearings, let's all just really look at each other and find a little detail that we can focus on, and maybe that will help us distinguish illusion from reality, so that we don't accidentally hurt each other while we are under the influence of whatever this is.
I think maybe, just given the fact that we know each other so well, and we're all friends and companions in this, I don't know what you all saw, but the images are enticing us to maybe turn against each other. I think we just need to have the trust that we have for each other already, and know that if anything of that sort maybe happens again, we could know that it's fake, because that's not who we really are.
Whatever method you use to help you stay grounded, I don't know. Maybe don't say it out loud. I don't know if it can hear us. I assume it can.
Damn
That's
right.
probably
Whatever.
the best.
The power of friendship, guys.
Torin, I just said don't say it out loud.
Let's move on. We need to get out of here as soon as possible before anything worse happens.
I agree.
Agreed.
I do have a quick idea. What if we had some sort of safety word that maybe only we would know?
Oh, this is how much I've hurt you guys. We're getting safe words now.
Yep.
Okay.
Are you gonna need the safe word?
Don't
Or
worry,
we don't need
Costin.
a safe word right now.
Don't worry, Costin. The safe
Safe
word
word
will
is
keep you safe.
And pineapple apple pen.
Penis!
Careful, guys. The dick wolves have actually been illustrated now, so I can hurt you with them.
No.
Nice. Let's go.
Actually, because I've never fought him yet, I'm interested but scared.
You should be.
Title.
It's so much worse than what I ever imagined.
Okay.
My only hesitation with a word is just that it's something we would have to share, and if the thing can hear or see or is observing us, it could use it against us.
Yes, I agree with Shael. Just use your best judgment and the utmost of your willpower. I don't know what else to say. This is
What if we said
new
something?
experience.
Sorry. Well, what if we all said something that, we don't have to say it out loud, but when it came time to it, it'd be just really off for us?
I suppose we could try that. Anything
Yeah.
to assist.
Okay.
Alright. I'll keep that in mind.
DM, I'm gonna message you.
save this. Oh, is this message on
Discord, it's coming.
Discord?
Still typing.
Sorry.
Give me a minute.
Well, while I wait for that, Oriko, you once again hear the disembodied taunting whisper. Such a sentimental thing. Oh, you all bond together. Even the strongest chains can be broken. And there's nothing quite like the satisfying snap of a strong chain. Because every chain has a weak link somewhere. Which is the one in your group?
She mutters under breath, "Some of the people have many friends."
You just need to shit talk this thing.
There's no need
Just gonna
for
deal
friends.
psychic damage to fucking
I do
Vecna
too
over
have
here.
friends.
He's not Vecna, he's Nekva. It's an original character, don't steal. So he worships Sonic the Hedgehog, which is another original character, don't
I
steal.
quit.
Right.
Just kidding, it was the master all along. But, no,
I
don't.
double quit.
Well, he is
I
into the
quit
monkey
and then
law.
rejoined just so I can quit again.
So, Oriko, you feel a lingering doubt begin to hang like a rain cloud in your mind. It was so very easy to find a way to show them what I wanted to show them. What would have happened if I hadn't released them from the grip? How very quickly they would have turned on one another.
Not wanting to address it, but it keeps like piquing that curiosity.
You look around, and you see him standing next to you. That grin widens, the emaciated face twisting as it grows larger and larger. Teeth mostly decomposed. A maggot, worms crawling in and out. She was incredibly easy to break. The sins and greed of mortals is what called us from the void at the beginning of all things. You're all far, far more feeble than you give yourselves credit for.
Oriko, hearing that, gets pissed and takes her hand axe and tries to swing at it.
You swing with a loud ting. You all look back and she's like hit the wall suddenly, an intense look upon her countenance.
Oriko, it's an illusion. Let's keep moving.
Is it?
Oriko, shaking with her.
You look, it wasn't the axe. The dagger is in your hand, and you all see her clutching the dagger, white-knuckled upon the handle.
Let's just move forward, Oriko. We need to get out of here.
Oriko looks at the dagger in her hand, and looks forward, like just nods and starts walking forward.
You know, Oriko, I do have the axe that talks. If that dagger is making too much, problems for you, I'm pretty sure that my axe might, keep it entertained.
Funny thing about that, Torin, it hasn't spoken since you've come to this place.
Right? Hey, don't you ignore me.
There was no response, but you spoke with it long enough. As you clutch it and you look at it almost questioningly, there's a strange vibration in the weapon. A feeling kind of begins to tingle. A feeling that it's trying to talk to you, but it can't. An emotion for a moment. A wanting to warn, to shout, to cry to the heavens, and yet smothered by something.
Oh, interesting. Well, like Costin said, let's just make haste and try to hurry up here. And Orico, probably, if you can, like, stay up with the group a little more.
Yeah. That sounds good. I'll step close.
Okay, so you guys were going to continue on.
Yeah.
Excellent. Through the tunnels you continue, carefully making each step slow and deliberate, looking out at your surroundings. There are more of those masks affixed upon the walls, carvings of infernal, runes etched along the old stone that continue on each side as you go down. At one point, you stop and you can see a large number of old runes, some of them, even at a glance, too worn to make out. But, in the very center, there's a small, almost oval shape that's pushed out from the stone. Runes carved in circles around it, and there's an amulet that looks like it's been affixed into a slot in there. The amulet itself socketed with a rather large, precious gem, glowing a very faint crimson light as you pass by it.
Austin doesn't give it much notice. He
Yeah,
just
I'm
thinks
afraid.
It's interesting in the wall, but he's not.
Hey,
interested
Curly
in
boy,
what
how you
to
doing?
Begin with, but he supposes if they need it, they can come back for it. But keeps walking.
Yeah, Shael
Excellent.
doesn't want to look at anything on the walls near the runes too closely at all.
Yeah. Oriko learning her lesson from reading things on these walls is just looking straight ahead. Following Shael's light.
I've finally done it. I've scared my party of finding loot. This is a record for me.
Hold on, there's me still. No, I was kidding.
Hold on, I have to lick it first to make sure it's
Hold the
safe.
fuck up there, Nick.
Ah, these guys don't like it. Oh, I'll just walk on by too, I guess. But it is kind of pretty. Nah, I'm good.
Excellent. So you guys go up and you make it around the next corner if you'd like to go ahead and move up there. You can see that the hallway veers off to the right for some way before, again, it kind of cuts off to the left and there's a wooden door. Looks like it's closed. The wood, a solid oak, appears sturdy enough in make. And it's probably about 8 feet tall, an arched doorway that leads to the next chamber.
Is there anything of significant note about the door that I can tell at a glance?
At a glance, nothing particularly stands out about it. It looks like a fairly normal door just leading to the next chamber.
I'd like to stand, like, against the door. Does it look like it's a pretty heavy door, or just like a normal wooden door? Like,
It's a little heavier. It's definitely sturdy and heavy in make, but, I think with your own knowledge of your physical abilities and kind of a knowledge gauging the size of the door, you'd easily be able to open it with fairly minimal effort.
Okay. Carlson's gonna walk up to the door and hold a hand up to everybody, and then he's just gonna kind of press his ear to the door where the edge of the door kind of meets the actual, the actual doorway itself to see if he can hear any sounds coming through from the other side.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
It's a 9.
9.
Yeah.
You hear muffled sounds beyond. There's definitely somebody on the other side, and something's going on, but you cannot discern what. However, you get a feeling as you listen in, something's going on. Time is probably of the essence.
Alright, so Carlson backs up from the door, looks to the group and nods, and he puts his hand on the door handle and attempts to pull it open quickly. Sword in the other hand.
Excellent.
This says push.
Oh, I can't. Why can't I open this?
Right in front of him.
Sorry,
Please
no.
push.
When it's so scary, you forget how to use a door properly.
Right.
Okay.
Just knock.
The door quickly and fairly easily swings open, revealing another high-roofed ceiling with a stone pillar kind of comes into view, but there's... Sorry, let me also do one thing. My apologies. I did not prepare this. I put
You
something out
should
there.
apologize.
Totally did. Hopefully you guys can see that once you draw it in a little bit. There's like an altar with a statue. It's not quite in view yet, but it appears to be emitting a dim glow of some kind of like purplish light as you step into the chamber, and you can hear some voices. Someone's here. The ritual's been disrupted, but we should have enough energy for our lord. And others to be disposed of. More power, more blood for the bloodletting. And you hear the sound of blades being drawn in the dark beyond. And let's go ahead and take our break there.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody. Enjoy some of our wonderful official / fan art as we play the theme for Divine Beast. We'll reconvene in a couple minutes.
I'll be right back.
Hey, Curly Boy, how you doing? Alright guys, here's our theme music.
I'm sweating everywhere.
So how you doing, Curly Boy? Thank you so much for coming and checking it out. Hopefully you're liking it so much. So far so good, hopefully you like it. Alright guys, I'll be right back.
Cheyenne. No, it's Maiden. Yeah. Yes, it's so good.
Hey, Elena, how's it going? Welcome back.
All right, so I think everybody's just about back now. So, great question there, Chels. Actually, we own the rights to this song. It was made by OBP Musical. I actually had this song commissioned for this game. Both this and the theme of Thicker Than Wine that plays at the beginning, middle, and end of each stream are actual songs that we have purchased and commissioned from OBP Musical. They do incredible work. Thus, I like to credit them at the end of each stream. Yeah, definitely check them out if you're looking for any kind of music for character, setting, campaign, anything at all like that. They make quality music affordable and they just are fantastic to work with. They made that which perfectly encapsulates this entire campaign, and they never saw a single session at all. So they're that good. All right, guys. Tell you what. Let's go ahead and get some initiative rolling. By the way, real quick, I just want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out. I hope that you're all having fun watching a little bit of D&D. If you're new here, drop a follow. We do have 2 bi-weekly games that we rotate to basically have weekly games around the channel. So if you're digging it, there's a whole lot more where this comes from. Hello. I can't do it right now. I'm sorry. I really can't. I'm so sorry. You want to set up the spot? Do this.
Dare you reject her?
Hello,
Well, we're
Jonathan.
going into battle, so I'm about to stand up, so I want to make sure that, Yes, thank you very much, Chels. So before we complete rolling initiative and go into the second half of our session tonight, I would like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Tonight, I have really put a lot of suffering, both emotionally and physically, for the party. If you would like to experience the physical and emotional strain of getting pounded into the ground by a hill giant, play Raid Shadow Legends. Enter promo code All of My Ribs Are Broken to unlock a new champ today.
I mean, don't threaten Schmidt with a good time.
He's
That's
like,
actually the plot of Cool Runnings 2.
he's like, sign me up. You know?
I was already signed up.
Gold member.
Just a moment here. We're gonna roll that beautiful bean footage here.
Oh.
Nice. Boy, this dice loves me tonight.
I wish it wouldn't.
You need to run out of love.
Right, dude, this one does not love me.
Use that one.
Use the one that has no love left.
Teach it a
Let me go ahead.
lesson.
All right, Katie, if you want to hit some music for us real quick.
She stepped away.
Cool. To get that bevy. Jolly good then.
I was getting my real dice since the last ones were giving me jips,
Oh my God.
checks.
Dude, so Dysfunctional Gaming TV, my apologies so much. I was so focused on running this session and just like getting into things. Give you a quick shout out here and thank you so much for the raid. I'm so sorry that I did not address that as soon as you guys got here. My thorough apologies. Usually I try to be much more on top of that. I was just really into that scene right there. I do hope that you'll forgive me if you are still present, but I very much appreciate the raid. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for sharing your community with me. With that, we've gone ahead, we've rolled some initiative in just a moment here.
I did it again. I forgot to turn down Hydra and startled myself.
So glad of you right now.
Every fucking week, I'm like,
At least it's
Well,
not
it fits
metal.
the theme.
All right, so with that, we've got the first one to respond is kind of dashing out from the shadows. You can do that as a bonus action, right? Yes, you can. Okay. He's going to run up, and they're going to take an attack at Costin.
Oh.
28 to hit. Wow.
Ooh.
It's 9 points of damage.
Alright.
And he's going to take another attack. 26. Or 10. So they kind of dash out of the shadows and come in through, just like take a couple of quick hits. And since that was their bonus to do that, we can't get out of there. So they kind of like stand there and kind of like remain ready for combat. Their face obscured by a cloak, and you see that same stone mask that you come to recognize from so many of the assassins that you have fought to this point. One other thing. We have... Does not. Okay. Well, that's the other guys. Yes. Okay. So that is their turn. They just kind of like graze along your armor. You take a couple hits, but you're not bleeding it. You're still pretty good. Oriko, you're the first to respond as you hear that Costin has taken some damage. However, it is a little bit cramped quarters through here. What are you gonna do?
So Orca's hearing that is going to try and move a little bit closer without squishing her teammates to at least see who's attacking Costin.
And you can see that somebody is attacking. Kind of like look over Costin, and at that downward trajectory from your heightened state right now, you can see that there is like another like cloaked assassin. Most of their cloaks and arms are just like covered in blood, and not Hyposian. It is very much human blood.
Okay, so I have a question. So since I don't know how much taller I am, would I be able to like, if I had my bow out, be able to just over Costin and just blink?
You're about 10 feet tall. I think you could pretty easily just like aim over and get that arrow. I think we're good. The Baron abides.
Okay.
Jolly good. Alright, so you stand up tall, you look down at that foe that has just attacked your comrade. You grab the arrow, however you're not used to being this big, and you let go with the wrong hand and you get hit in the face, taking 4 damage. Damn, it catches you right in there. Oh, like right in the eye. Fuck.
Orko yells out.
Excellent. But yes, that is your action. I think if you've got a bonus action, you can use it if you'd like to cast Hunter's Mark or any spells that might take a bonus action.
No, I end my turn.
Alright. As that happens, Shael, you're the next to respond, looking up as this foe has suddenly rushed forward. What are you going to do?
Okay, Shael's gonna kind of like squeeze and maneuver. I could maneuver through my friendlies, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so she's gonna maneuver like between Costin and Torin in a rare move of getting up close and personal with this guy. She is going to shocking grasp him.
That has advantage. If they have armor made of metal, it is not metal, so you take a regular roll on this.
Well, isn't. Wait.
You make a melee spell attack.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a save. My bad.
Nope, no saves on this one.
Okay.
But you've got hella charisma, so.
D20 plus 8. Okay. Don't fuck me. Okay, that is 13 plus 8. I can't do math. 21.
Succeeds, roll for damage. And I believe at this level it's
Doesn't
one.
say anything
Does
about
that one
going
scale
up.
up? I don't. Let me confirm
I
that.
think so. It's just a cantrip, so.
Yeah. Well, most cantrips will scale up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's...
Let me take a look. See. Increases by
Nice.
1d8 when you reach 5th level. So yes, roll 2d8 damage.
Oh. Why doesn't it say that on my spell? Shit.
Mm.
Because roll 20.
Let's roll
It's
20.
being a dick. Oh, that's good. That's 10 damage.
10 damage, respectable.
Yeah, for a cantrip, I'll fucking take it.
Hell yeah. Hey, thank you, Travelon. I appreciate the bits there. Okay, excellent. So yeah, you just like tell me about your spell.
Okay, so her hand gets wreathed in like this lightning that seems to dance along her fingers, and but obviously isn't harming her. It's just kind of like shocky, and she lunges out and grabs him. I want to grab him like by the side of his head and
Ooh,
just like channel it right into his head.
Excellent. As you grab his body convulses, racked with pain. As the electricity courses through them, they take 10 points of lightning damage. Do you have a bonus action that you would like to take?
I might. I might. No, I don't. That's all.
Okay. This one is going to come up. 6, and they're going to take a shot at you. 21 to hit.
Who's he hitting?
That is going to be Shael.
I'm going to reaction and
Excellent.
use Vigilant Guardian and swap places.
Hey, thank you very much for the follow there, hey buddy guy. Appreciate that very much.
Okay, so
Yeah, you go back there. Yeah, some swap
Okay.
places.
And so, as I recall, that ability does switch you, so you take the attack.
Yeah,
Okay, so-
back at
In that kind of moment, they pop out of the shadows, like sort of mid-jump, as they shoot their crossbow. Costin, you get that moment, that sixth sense of that danger, and you grab your comrade and switch out, and you get hit in the shoulder, taking 7 points of piercing damage.
motherfucker.
Please roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Alright. Constitution. Yeah,
Gypsy Freedom.
Like,
Thank you so
you
much for
feel like
greatly
there's this
appreciate
thing, but
it.
you very quickly rip it out, and like you kind of like, spit some of the poison out. You hear a little on the ground. You caught it in time. With that is its turn. Next up, Torin. Costin just dashed forward. There's something going on in this dark room. It is your turn. What are you going to do?
As Torin see all this stuff happens, he's gonna. Let's see. No, I will do this. All right. So let's see if this succeeds first. and as Torin sees all these attacks happening to this guy, Torin takes both axes with both hands. I kind of do like an uppercut at first, and then the third one, as kind of like up in the air.
China.
And then when he's kind of up in the air, then he kind of drops. Then he kind of has one axe and he kind of hits down on the head.
So the first one does not succeed. However, we get an 8 and a 5 for 13 total. So they kind of like duck past the first one as you do it, and then the second catches them, and then the third they like go reeling back for a couple seconds. Like you mostly catch armor in there, but you can see by the third attack you're starting to like work past that with like a light cut. Just a little bit of blood starting to seep out as they appear considerably hurt, but not yet bloodied from these series of attacks. And that's your turn. That's action, bonus action, move.
Yeah.
Excellent. This guy's going to come up. They're going to take a shot at Costin. Natural 20.
Oh, awesome, Gypsy Freedom. 300
Okay,
bucks.
that's
Thank you
going to
so
be
much.
11 points of
Really
piercing
appreciate
damage.
it.
As just as you take one and you rip it out, another one catches you in the solar plexus. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw. Natural 20. So again, just fighting it back. You pull it out just like a fucking boss. And they, though behind the masked countenance, you can feel for just a moment a sense that they feel hella dumb. As Costin, it is your turn. What do you do?
You're muted.
Womp womp.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's okay. I do it all the time.
Yeah, so we'll just do this methodically and work through them one at a time since we're all kind of piled in the door here. I'm gonna. I think I'll just stay where I'm at, and then I'm just gonna take 2 swings at him here. 23 to hit for 12.
23 succeeds. Roll for damage.
Yeah, 12 damage.
Fantastic. They take another solid hit. I still got a pretty good amount of fight left, though. Nah.
23 for 13 damage on the second hit.
Well, fine.
And then I'm going to bonus action second wind.
Excellent. Yes, use those abilities up. I'm just sitting here like the dude behind the tree, like, use a spell slot for me.
13 health back.
13, so yeah. After brandishing Echo Bringer, scoring a couple of good hits, you can see they've got a couple good wounds. They're starting to look pretty beaten up. They're well more than bloody. Now let me mark them. And then you just take a just kind of deep, centering breath, taking a moment and really letting the air just kind of revitalize you as you take that breath, and you can feel your fighting spirit start to build again, restoring 13 hit points. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that was my attacks and my bonus action. Well, I think in order to let people through, I might move. No, I'm gonna stay where I'm at, because they can work around me. So I'll just stay there. In my turn.
So this guy's going to disengage to move back.
This guy?
Yep.
I still get an attack against him, because I have Sentinel.
Yes.
They can take
Go ahead.
disengage and I can still hit him, so.
Alright, go ahead and roll that.
Cast and where'd you go? There it is. 18 to hit.
18 just succeeds. They take 11 points, and their speed is
11
reduced to
more
0.
Yep. So he can't move.
And he's gonna just try to take a couple swings at you. That'll be... Fuck! Okay, well now... Now my rules start to suck. Okay, 18?
18 just succeeds.
Yeah, you're damn right it does. You take 9 points of piercing damage.
Alright.
So he goes to swing twice, and one, you kind of like bring up Echo Bringer, like parry it, and right, he kind of lets it sort of bounce off and comes back around and catches just grazing the side, dealing 9 points of slashing damage. As that happens, Orico, it is once again your turn. You've just kind of had like your bow get hit you in the eye and it really sucked. You're like, oh fuck, that really hurt. God damn. Oh, how you're looking a little like Papa, like like so well, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so Orico, well, at least it wasn't my good eye. And so, still has her bow out, and since she can see 2 more here and here, she's gonna shoot at this one with, her bow. Why do I keep moving this? I was bored by now. Okay, with her bow. Hopefully doing better this time with one eye.
Alright, so one-eyed Orico goes for another shot at 16. Which one were you attacking?
This one.
Oh, this guy. That's. Let me take a look. Is that your final answer? I'm being nice right now.
Yes, because...
Remember, you guys have like a ton of like D6s and D4s, I think, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, you got some inspiration, guys.
However, I do want to inform everybody that there is a house rule. You can use 1 dice per turn. If it's a D4, if it's a full, if it's a D8, whatever it is, you can do 1 per turn.
I think I
Make it
got
count.
D12 earlier.
You did. You got a D12 earlier. You had.
Make it so! Pierce the heavens with your fighting spirit.
7.
Seeds, that is 9 points of damage.
Yeah. Okay. And then after...
He is not looking good. He's barely, like, he's looking like Boromir now.
Oh no!
It ain't good. They got a real Sean Bean look to him right now.
Okay. So, seeing that one looks like did some damage, is going to aim at this one now.
For some reason, I totally put that on the wrong one. My bad. I forgot with the additional things. So that was 9 to this guy. My apologies. That is no. He's still looking real good. So the other one that you hit, so I in the addition of the inspiration, I put them on the wrong one. So you hit the one kind of in back, and like you catch him in the shoulder, and they're looking pretty good still.
I think she's only rolled 1 yet.
Yeah.
But I was
I know. I put it on the wrong one, so I'm clarifying that.
Oh,
okay.
So this
Yeah.
guy is still pretty good then.
Yeah, he's still looking good.
Okay.
Get him.
So since he didn't, I'm going after him.
All right. Get him.
Ah! Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we only get 1 per turn, right?
Oh, one per attack.
Oh, per attack, then I'll do it.
Yeah, like I basically like 1 per roll. That way you guys can't be like, okay, I rolled this. Okay, I'll roll another. Okay, I'll roll another. Like I'm just like 1 per attack. They can do a D6. Maybe it'll do it. Maybe it won't. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm gonna try it at least.
Let's do it. Gusto.
5?
Unfortunately, it's just like as you catch them the first one, they see you like start to aim and they duck onto the next one.
You little shit.
Excellent. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Bonus action spells or anything?
If I move, do I have room enough to like kind of step around or over my comrades to get over there?
Not at this time, no. You'd have to pass through like threatened squares, and it's just like you're bigger than them, but it's still really cramped, so you can't quite get through it.
Okay, I end my turn. I'm good.
All right. With that, Shael, it is once again your turn. What are you going to do?
Okay. Since he's looking bloodied now, I'm just gonna hit him with that cantrip again. I'm sitting right here, I might as well.
All right. Take him to church.
I'm gonna add a D10.
Excellent.
I don't know why I didn't roll it with real dice.
Succeeds. Roll for damage.
The damage already rolled automatically. It's only
That
2.
is
I don't know
fucking
why I
big.
fought for
Really, you
2.
got 2 ones?
Oh wait, did it roll the 2?
Yeah, roll the 2 for damage. However, let me
No,
look
but I
at-
mean, did it roll? Oh yeah.
Roll both d8 out of 1, yeah.
Okay, but it also can't take reactions, so that's good.
And then frustrated that didn't work very well. I'm gonna use my phase step ability to get out of the way, but I don't know if I want to be the only one in there.
You can always just go back and then come
Yeah.
back around the corner.
No, I don't know. I feel like we should explore the possibility of you teleporting right in the middle of them.
Yes.
We should do that.
I'm gonna go. So annoying. If I go there, I'm gonna threaten square. So maybe I'll face step to there,
All right, hell yeah.
and then run further to the back wall
Yeah!
and
Fuck
over a
yeah!
little bit.
I love it.
Because I have a plan for next turn. But that's my face step burnt. Okay.
Okay, note that down. And that's your
I
turn?
won't die. Yes, that's my turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you right now. You just teleported past two of those guys. I'm gonna roll to see if they're gonna go after you or keep pressing the attack. 1 through 3, it'll be Shael. 4 through 6, they're pressing the attack. 1. And what's the other one gonna do? 5. Only one of them's going after you.
Okay.
So this guy is going to take a shot at Costin. $16.
Miss.
You just, like, he aims and you do the, like, piccolo head tilt, and then you, like, crack your neck and, like, kind of step back a little bit. And, they're going to actually move back just a bit. Just gonna move back this way a little bit.
Go away from me.
Corin, it is your turn, buddy. What are you gonna do?
Alright, so I'm gonna attack this guy right here.
All right. Get him.
Nice.
9. Excellent. He is barely up. Barely up.
Again.
How are you going to do this?
So he just kind of just like it's like a double spin, just kind of like getting like the guy out of the way, like just 1, then 2, and then once he sees Cheryl is up there a little ways, he's gonna, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna go up here and just attack that guy there.
Excellent. Roll that third attack for me. This is good. This is fun. Are you guys having fun? Look at those low HP bars. I'm having a great time. What?
I'm having fun.
Excellent. And you just run up and just catch him across the back. And, looks like you scored a pretty good hit against him. And that's your turn?
Yeah.
Excellent. This guy, as I said, he was going after Shiles, so he's going to pop a shot. 22. It only gets you for 5 points of piercing damage, just kind of grazing your arm right there. Can you roll a Constitution saving throw? This could be where it all falls apart.
Okay, that is a 23.
Damn it! Okay,
I think. No. 20. It's over 20.
All right, fine. You resist the poisonous effects, and they're going to. Yeah, they're going to stay right there. As Costin, you once again gain your bearings, and it's your turn. What are you going to do, Orico? You're on deck.
Alright, so I looked away for that moment. This one is up here. Did the other one run this way? Did I see him move that direction?
Approximately, you're not sure.
Okay.
Just from your vantage point, it would have been difficult to tell.
Yeah, that's fine. I just was, like I said, I wasn't looking at the screen when you moved the token.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Definitely gonna move into the room here and not see anything, so we're just gonna take out the first visible threat. That's gonna be 5, 20, 25,
Yeah, get him. Yeah, hit him.
Where do I want to stand? I think I want to stand right here. That'll be my 30 feet of movement. Aha!
Jolly good.
There goes
So-
the plan.
Oh no.
Oh, I had a
That's
feeling.
okay. It's okay.
Well, I'm
no,
gonna
no,
move.
no.
No, this will
What
give
are
me
you gonna
flanking.
do?
No, this gives me flanking. This is still 30 feet.
Yeah.
I want to be here because
Yeah.
I'm on advantage.
That's fine.
So I just needed to be near. Yeah, I skirt around the back of this guy here and I'm gonna take 2 swings.
Excellent. Roll with advantage.
Advantage. Wow. Hold on. I'm gonna use a full inspiration and re-roll that because I have a few
Oh.
burn.
Much better.
Much better.
7 points.
So 7 points on the first one.
Excellent.
We'll go 26 for 6 points on the second one.
Okay.
And then... I think I'm just going to save the rest of my actions for later. So I'll just take 2 swings at him from this side and then I'll end my turn.
All right. Well, wielding Echo Bringer, brandishing it down, you land 2 clean blows against him. Blood starting to spill out from some of the wounds they've taken. But you end your turn there. Oriko, it is once again your turn. Shael, you're on deck.
Ariko is going to move up where she can see. Can't see much.
She's thinking. I see it. I see you going for line of sight.
Yeah.
It's time. Fuck. Oh, she going for that one. She's like, fuck you.
That's it.
Yep.
I think you're muted, Kim.
Oh,
Might be.
oh, sorry. I keep
Yeah,
doing
no
that.
problem.
Yeah,
You're good.
Ariko's like, bitch.
Yes. Get him. Yeah, hit him. Hell yeah.
Line of sight.
Line of sight, motherfucker.
Do a barrel roll.
Ariko's still kind of like barely opening the other eye and just like, gee.
And the good news is you very much successfully managed to hit the wall. And the wall appears to be very damaged.
Yes, I got it. Wait, why is it still standing?
But you do still have another shot if you'd like to take it.
I'm gonna take it. Come on. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna move. D10.
Oh man, F this. I'm just gonna give you an inspiration.
Thank you.
Roll it again. Fuck this.
Come on.
Oh,
Can I add D10?
hot fucking dog, man. You can add that D10 if you want still. I mean, I tried. I really tried.
Did the dice hate me?
Dude, they are not liking you tonight. That is sad.
9.
Just succeeds.
Oh my god.
I'm going to, because of the utter bullshit that was, I'm going to give you that 7 piercing damage on that second roll.
Okay.
Because that was stupid, alright? That was dumb.
That's the universe going.
That was you rolling a 3, a 2, and a 3. Like, what are the odds? Okay, so they take 7 points of damage.
Team inspiration.
Not to take more, but I also still have giant strength, which means my 1d4 also.
Let me see. I thought that was only on melee attacks. Give me just a second.
Oh shit.
Oh, let me look
I
this
think
up.
so also.
But when it's an
Large,
arrow huge.
No, the target's weapons master size. While these weapons are enlarged, the target's attacks with them. Let me see.
There it is.
Advantage on strength and strength. Yeah, it just says the weapons are enlarged. The attacks deal 1d4. You still get it.
Yes.
Roll that 1d4.
Like a harpoon instead
Hell
of an
yeah,
arrow.
Jesus. You're just like, fucking like picking up swords, just shooting them.
Okay, we got 2 full team inspos.
Excellent. 2
Hey.
full team inspos. Beautiful.
I
Thank
need
you
to
so
start
much,
using
guys.
those.
I gotta contribute
Alright.
too.
So, with that, you just like they kind of dodged the first one, but you get into the second one with like a fucking sword-sized arrow, and you feel really awesome.
Look, Costin,
Um,
I could be like you.
Look, Austin, I'm just gonna pretend this is an innocent bystander.
Yeah!
All right, and,
Make sure you set him on fire at the end.
and that's your turn.
That's my
Okay.
turn.
All right, Shia. It is
Okay,
your
I
turn.
had a plan, and then everyone got in the way. So new
tried
plan.
You're playing.
New plan. I'm going to use some sorcery points. To. Okay, wait. The number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level. Okay, what spell am I trying to use? 2. Okay. I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points
Okay.
to do a twinned spell,
Ooh.
and she's gonna just like draw up her hand and just summon 2 chromatic lightning orbs in each hand, and then shoot them out, one to this guy and one to this guy.
Excellent. So 2 chromatic orbs. Go ahead and roll
Do
the attack
I-
on them.
Is it 2 attacks and one hits and one doesn't, or is it 1 attack for both of them?
Let me see. So when you cast a spell that targets only one creature, doesn't have a range of self, you can spend another sorcery points equal to the spell's level to target a second creature. So yeah, so you can basically hit them both with it.
Okay.
So like a separate orb goes to each.
Okay, but how many rolls is that?
2.
2 rolls. That's what I was asking.
I wasn't understanding
Okay.
that.
Whammies? Oh, no. I'm gonna do advantage on that. I'm gonna roll my dice.
Okay.
I'll keep that 15 damage, though, if it hits. It's worse. No, it's the same.
Oh.
I hate my life.
Well,
okay,
that's a
1
shame.
misses. We'll say
Okay.
that the one on... No, we'll say that the one on this guy, because he's already flanked, so hopefully they'll get him.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna remember to turn on advantage this time for this roll and use another one of my full inspiration to try and get the other guy.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
With dice this time. 18?
Roll for damage.
Okay. 3d8. Sure, I pick up the 8s. The 10s. I'm fucking idiot. Oh, that's juicy. 19.
Alright, you deal 19 points of juicy damage. Alright, yeah,
To
you.
this one.
So the first one you throw it out, and the that one right as it gets hit, they like kind of like get knocked back, and with a great flash, the ball of lightning collides with the wall, which kind of like dazzles everybody's eyes for just a split second. The other one sort of arcs out and catches the other one. They give sort of a low cry as the electricity courses through them, and they take 19 points of juicy damage.
Nice.
And that's your turn?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Alright. This one is now going to be more focused on Shael.
Rude.
They're going to take an attack at you. That is 22.
Yeah, that hits.
Alright. That is 8 points of piercing damage.
Thank you.
And Constitution saving throw, please.
Ooh, yeah, that's a 10.
Alright, you take an additional 2d6 poison.
Bitch ass fucking shit.
Ooh, 9 more points of poison damage.
Good lord.
Oh, this is not going well.
Barugo.
Alright. With that, Torin, it is your turn. What are you going to do? starting to
right.
look grim.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, since Costin's attacking this one too, I'll help out. And Torin will kind of look at Costin and kind of smiles because we know we have this one pinned.
We have him sandwiched.
Sandwich.
All right. Sandwich him in. Let's make it a club.
Yeah.
Hold up just a second. All right, they are. They're not looking good after those hits.
And I'll call it good there.
This one just kind of like, you can hear. We may die, but the Master will succeed. If my death will bring glory, bring all back to the void, then so be it. I'll unleash as much of your blood as I can. They take 2 swings with the short sword. Torin. That is a 21.
No.
5.
Yes.
And a second one as they swing, and you just like look at them, and you spin your axe, ting, break the sword clean in 2, and then fall to their knees in a moment. Weariness and pain racking their body, defeat upon them. Austin, it is your turn. Oriko, you're on deck.
Alright. So, Costin's just gonna attempt to finish this.
Hey, Dusty Boy, how you doing?
And make 2 more sword swings here.
All right, roll to attack.
And hope for the best. Advantage is still on. 19 to hit.
Okay, and that's 10 damage. They're barely alive.
Ha
Oh, damn.
So that's 18 damage on the second hit.
Tell us how it happens, Costin.
Costin goes in for an overhead swing. On the first swing, cuts down across the chest, and with the momentum, he brings it back up, swings around, and then just decapitates him straight across.
The head goes flying, with a low thud rolling across the dark floors beyond. Nice, dude. Great kill!
Yes, very cool with this.
Alright.
With
And
that,
move.
I'm gonna move towards this guy here. That's everything, but let me double check here. I'll save that, and that. Yeah, I'll have to end my turn there.
Alright. So you charge forward to the next and last opponent. And Oriko, you see Costin charging in. The battle is quickly swinging to your favor, but some of your allies are not looking well. What do you do? Shiley, you're on deck.
Okay. Okay. So, Orko hoping to try and finish this quickly so we can rest a second. We're gonna shoot at him again.
Roll to attack.
Fucking me over.
If you want to use physical dice to re-roll that, I'm good with that, because this is...
That's what I'm
It's not good. Evans, it's not right.
Come on. That's worse. So much worse. Dice hate me today. That's a 5.
Yeah, okay. The first one just whizzes right past him, but you have one more attack.
Okay.
I feel your pain so much, like this is how I feel on Veronica half the time. Like there's so much I can do, but I suck at everything because the dice hate me. Hey, hold up real quick. Say something encouraging to it. Like when I tell mom, I'm like, hey, you're gonna do great for me. I have faith in you. Thank you in advance.
Give it a smooch.
You are beautiful. You are gorgeous. You can do better. You are capable of it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, while you gave love to your dice, unfortunately your dice is currently in its hoe phase.
Mhm.
I can't help. I can't help when your dice are in a hoe phase.
So Oriko's still kind of feeling that sting and feeling just it's kind of getting to her. She's getting tired. First arrow misses. Second arrow, okay, I got this. Then wall again, just kind of making a silhouette of around the person.
Yeah. It's kind of like that moment in Trigun where you like shoot like with the arrows and you get like the outline of the guy, and he's like,
That seems correct.
Pretty much.
yeah, unfortunately. If you have a bonus action, however, you can take that.
I do, but it's not right. It's not time to use it yet.
Excellent. Okay. Would you like to move at all, or is that a good spot for you?
I have a question. Can I move through here? Or is that in the way?
This?
Yeah. I want to move.
No, it's in the way. It's a large statue, and now that somebody has laid eyes upon it, Oriko, you immediately recognize it.
Oh shit.
The same emaciated jaw, the broken stone mask, the almost skeletal structure of the very one who's been living in the mind.
I wonder why my dice are doing so shitty. Okay. So I can't do what, so I'm ending my turn.
Shael. You are racked with pain, your breath heavy from the number of hits you've taken, but the battle is not over. What are you going to do?
I'm going
Demon King just gave you guys a full team inspo, so note that down.
Alright.
Thank you, Demon. So full team inspo just means everybody gets a full inspiration.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think we have
Yeah.
three right.
Oh yeah. Every time it's like 10,000 channel points, but it gives all of you guys a full inspiration.
Yeah, so we've had like 4 so far,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh my god, okay.
Yes, you got plenty more.
Yeah.
That's why I try to make it a point to call that one out because that's like a big purchase. I limit it one per person because it's expensive, but very handy. Okay, so what are you gonna do, child?
Okay, so I am going
Hello,
to.
Aiden.
Shit up.
Good. That's what needs to happen right now.
Another team info.
Hot dog.
Fuck it up.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kim.
Thanks, Kim.
I don't know how I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna fuck it up.
Hello, cats are cute.
Well, you
How
have
doing?
inspiration for days, so.
I know. Well, I only have 4 because I've been spending them.
What you gotta do?
Let me. Running low on spell slot.
Totally.
Good bastard. Can I? Would it be a whole action to? I have a vial of basilisk venom. Would it be a whole action to put that on a bolt and then I'd have to wait for my next turn to fire? Or if
Yeah, it's gonna be a full action unless you're like a rogue or something and you have the
Yeah.
like deftness of hands to do that quickly.
I'm just gonna. I don't know if I can see.
From there, they're gonna have partial cover. If you take like a step forward, I think you could probably like maneuver around.
The thing is, when I get closer, I'm like, I can just use cantrips.
Yeah. All your heart.
So maybe I'll do that.
You could always shocking grasp with advantage.
Another team inspo from Rich.
Jesus, thanks, Rick.
Hey, Rich, what's up, man?
Okay, I'm going to. Oh. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do that. I'm gonna go grab their face. Zap them. Fuck this guy.
17 just succeeds.
Alright, 7
The
damage.
more important question is this: what happens?
Yes.
That one, this one, she's mad. So she's got both hands lit up with that lightning dancing on her fingertips, and then she just like, grabs him by the throat and lets it shock through.
And just, you see, like, normally it's a cantrip. It's something that you, like, channel and you're able to fight. But this time, with your rage, normally, like, the lightning that, like, almost small bolts that kind of tingle and pulse through become wild lightning that arcs and just fully encompasses, bursting out of their body as they convulse wildly. And their body begins to kind of rack with pain, and you hear cracks and a loud scream of pain as they crumple to the ground lifeless.
And they're covered in those like lightning scars that people get when they get struck by lightning.
In the few points where you can see exposed skin, you can see those, yes, but they are beneath that stone mask. And with that, combat is concluded.
Oh, there's gonna be another one down here.
Right near me.
Is that all you got?
Don't say that.
Yeah,
No.
shut your mouth, Josephine.
Torin was talking to his shadow, so.
How did you know my
Alright.
real name?
And with that, your enemies are dispatched. The rest of the dungeon, the passages and the halls of Markoth, stand before you. You now find yourself, as I had previously described a little bit for Orico, but I'll illustrate it for the rest of you. Along the walls are, again, more carvings, various words of Infernal that most of you cannot make out. The masks running along as well, engraved and affixed to the wall. But there are numerous chalices filled with blood. And you can see like there's veins carved into the wall that are kind of translucent, and the blood is flowing through those veins over to the statue that Orico recognizes as Markoth. And there's a strange, sort of foreboding, lingering feeling in the air. Like, as you step, like, it's from a few feet away, it's like a lingering sort of foreboding. As you approach the statue, there's almost a feeling of oppression. So, what do you all do?
Take a drink.
I'll drink to that.
Quick aside, Kim and Joe, you probably remember the dragon's milk?
Yeah.
The other day I was at the Madrone and Kyle gave me a special batch reserve bottle of dragon's milk, which I'm like, that's my victory lap after this game.
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
I'm excited.
Nice. Torin wants to take a look at the statue here.
Excellent. Roll an investigation check for me. The statue, even a cursory glance for somebody who's not attuned to the arcane arts, you can tell that there's something magical in nature about this. Simply from the feeling in the air around it, like an aura of viciousness, of oppression. There's absolutely a lingering malice, a murderous intent in the air. And you can kind of see from all the different veins coursing with blood and other forms of strange lights all seem to be going toward this statue. It's very suddenly that after that, Torin reaches up to the statue, placing a hand uncontrollably upon the face. It's a bright flash, and there stands the image of Markoth. Orin's deceased body laying upon the floor as it almost stands out ephemeral at first, but becoming more physical as it steps forward. It points to Costa next, who seizes up, clutching at his throat for a moment, this magic brandishing out, racking his body with pain. Looks to Shael, with a flick of his wrist. part of the ceiling falls down, crumbling upon her.
Do you see how easy it would be? How feeble all of you are. How much power you could wield.
The hand creeps up on your shoulder once again, Oriko. You look up. You see the face glancing down at you. Those rotting teeth, smiling.
It would be fun, wouldn't it?
And in an instant, the room is back. You can kind of see everybody taking in their surroundings. A veritable chill running up your spine.
Torin, don't touch it.
Nope. I'm just looking here. I was thinking about maybe trying to like disturb this flow to the statue, maybe, but
I was thinking too.
How's everyone holding up after that last fight? I know we all took a few hits. Maybe we should take a moment to rest and catch our breath. These
pick
foes are a lot stronger than I anticipated.
Definitely need a rest, but I also don't have any desire to rest here.
Yeah, but I have a few potions on hand. If anybody needs to take a couple. As he pops one and drinks one for himself.
Why don't you rest here, Oriko? Let your mind slip away into dreams. I can show you such wonderful dreams. What is a dream? What is a nightmare? Simply a matter of perspective.
Leave me alone.
hey, Jared, how's it going?
Leave you alone.
Suddenly, the very image of the room is gone. What you see instead is something different. You look up. There is no sky. It looks like the grand ceiling of a boundless, endless cavern. And yet there's an illusory image, dancing like the reflection of a pond. Stars glistening within it. Boundless expanse. A sky, and yet there is not. Two moons seated upon that inky black illusory sky. You look around. Broken buildings. Carnage everywhere you see. He floats just a few feet from you.
Leave you alone, you might say. But I've seen more destruction than you can imagine. Open your eyes to it, Oriko. Isn't it fascinating how quickly, how easily they can turn on one another? You've seen death, war. You've seen me. Accept what you were always meant to become. Oriko.
The image around you begins to crumble like dust blowing in the wind. Once more, you're back in that dark, blood-filled chamber. That nagging sensation sticking in the back of your mind. Unbearable. What is real? What is not? It's a question that you don't have an answer to.
Oriko is a little frozen with what she just saw, fighting her hardest, trying to think of her ground, but she's having trouble remembering what her ground is, and just blurts out loud, hoping the others will hear, "I hate Thickbird!"
What did Thickbird do to you? What?
Now, Shael's gonna. I think Shael would remember that she would blurt out. She said she would blurt out something weird if something was wrong.
But that's not what you heard.
Shit.
She cried out, "Shael, no!" And there's a strange moment, an out-of-body experience as you look down to your own mangled corpse. Because you never survived the last fight. It was as you went to unleash that spell that one of them charged forward, driving a blade. As you remember it, you feel the pain burning. As the blade drove through you, the pain spreading. The weakness, as blood spilled out from the wound. The coldness as everything began to grow dark. The helplessness as you cried out. But there was no way they could help you. And you look down now. Your hands ghostly. Your comrades standing there. A deep sadness shining in their eyes. Within the dim light of the chamber, your end had come so soon. Austin goes down. Strange. What is he doing? He's shaking your body. Why would he do that? Shaking the whole the whole room. Shaking, moving. And suddenly you snap and Austin's shaking you. Awake again. And Costin, you've seen it. Shael, a little less so, some kind of illusion taking her over, but Oriko is not looking well. You see it in their eyes, you know something is impacting them.
We have to do something. We can't rest here. Have to try something. Shael's gonna take out her dagger and try to stab into one of the veins that's feeding the statue.
Torn will take a swing too.
Cut through cleanly. And the blood begins to flow out, almost endless, running along the wall into the floor, pooling up. Everything flashes. You look around. The room, it's different. Why is it different? It flashes again. Suddenly, you find yourselves a different place, underground. Again, suddenly, out in the beyond, the sky, red like blood. You see the sun. It is encompassed, turning black. The entire sky lightless. A face. Single eye, staring. From the void into your soul, there's nothing else. Only that eye. It grows closer and closer. You see it. Its gaze piercing through you, seeing everything. And then, once more, back within the chamber. But Shael, you feel that hold. Like a vice around your mind, around your heart, begin to loosen ever so slightly.
Yes. It's always more rewarding. So much more fun when they don't give up. You've hunted, haven't you, Oriko? It's no fun when it's over too quickly.
I think this is a sport.
Is the mind of the hunter burdened with the well-being of the rabbit it seeks for sustenance? No. Do not deny your nature. It is what this world truly is. And it may be the only truth, the only beauty.
Jesus Christ, Katie, this is... I don't know if this was just coincidence, but this is
It's
just...
just coincidence. This is just a playlist. It's called Caves, and it's just
Dude, it's
happens
on
to
point.
be hitting the mark. It's giving what needs to be gave.
Yeah,
It's on
all,
point.
all of them are. Holy crap.
This is... Keep this one around. This is really good.
So Oriko is starting to get a little desperate to shut it up, make it stop talking. So she looks quickly, darts around, and she sees this pillar here, and she's gonna hit her head against it.
Okay, let's count this as an attack roll.
Okay.
An unarmed strike.
Yep.
How would I do that? I don't have unarmed strike.
You can just roll, a d20 plus your strength. And it will automatically deal 1 damage plus your strength mod. You... What's your strength mod?
6.
Oh, because you're giant. I was like, fuck. Okay. You just... deal 7 damage to yourself.
Did it shut it up?
You don't hear the voice.
Is she out of it? Because if she's out of it, she'll hear Shael like yelling at everyone, just like cut the lines, destroy the chalices, tear this place down if we have to.
Can Oriko
And you hear that, Oriko.
Oriko, after hitting her head against her, and the voice finally stopped, is like, right. And then sees the closest one to her and just takes her axe and hits at the closest vein to her.
You wince with pain immediately as your blade pierces it.
What?
Your arm burns. Like fire as you feel a cut running from your wrist all the way up, but you look down and there is no cut. And in horror, your eyes widen. And then the pain fades as though it was never there. Or was it? What is pain? Question. Always questions. What is real? Were they ever real, Oriko? How is it that in this moment, you know that you've traveled here with them? You go from world to world in these moments, in these flashes, and these visions. You felt things you've seen ages long past. What has been real this entire time? What if everything was simply a dream until this point, this brutal moment in which you awakened? Or if it was real, was it anything more than a convenient means to guide you to this place? The rest of you can see she is shaken. What do you do?
So, Thorin and Shael are hacking up some of the veins, and Costin is about to strike when he sees Oriko acting strange and seems out of sorts, and he puts his sword away and walks over to her and lays a hand on her. Oriko.
You feel the skeletal hand upon you, Oriko.
She tries to brush the hand off as much as she can. Just
She quickly flings your hand off, Costin.
Oriko, get a hold of yourself.
Yes, Oriko.
okay, so did she hear that part where Costin is speaking to her and that it's Costin right there?
You hear Costin, but it's almost as though he is underwater, his voice muffled and distant. You can barely make it out.
Discord connection's bad.
Of course it is. We're past 11 o'clock. They're going to start throttling
No, I
our
was
bandwidth.
making a joke that Costin's Discord
Oh.
connection is bad because he sounds underwater.
I see.
Turning into a robot.
Am I... So I stabbed, I put it in chat, I don't know if you saw it, but I stabbed another vein open. Do I notice any change in Oriko or myself or...
In yourself, yes.
Uh,
And that's when you start to piece it together. These veins are empowering. There's some kind of ritual that was happening here. This was empowering whatever being this was, whatever nature this creature might be. It was getting strength through this, and that allowed it to seep into your mind and into the others. You can tell simply through a quick thought that you were more impacted than perhaps Thorin or Costin. But this connection to Oriko appears to be of a different nature, and from what you can tell by watching her, a much more dire nature.
you need a cleric!
That's when you just hear, perhaps you need a cleric here. And perhaps that might be me as Borarga steps forward. No, just kidding. Let's just go all the way. Those who do not walk in the land of Palor.
Yeah, that's what we need.
That need fucking Krail all the time.
I'm going to cast Motherfucker at 9th level.
Please do the trick.
Yep.
No.
So, okay, does Oriko notice anything while she's in this state? Like, something that maybe it's trying to hide or try to keep out of her, like, I don't know, like her knowledge. Like, maybe it's trying to hide something.
Roll an insight check for me, please. It's not that it's hiding anything, but you have a feeling that in spite of the terrifying power that has been displayed to you thus far, this being has not played its full hand. But it shows It is admittedly seeming to lose its grasp on everyone, but it is sinking its claws mercilessly into you.
Do I notice that when we hit the veins that its clasp is weakening?
Odd upon you.
But on the others then?
You notice that, if that is what you notice, if that is what you see. Because as you're looking around, you're seeing multiple realities. You see in real time they're attacking the veins, and yet you see in real time desolation and ruin about you. One flashes to the other, the two dance harmoniously within your mind. And abruptly, it ends and you're back in the room with your friends. One last taunting whisper.
It won't be long now. Keep moving forward.
Rico just whispers, coward.
There is no response.
She's
The rest of you can see that Oriko has kind of snapped back to reality.
gravity.
Oh! Oriko, can you hear me?
Yes. Are we still attacking the veins?
There are none left.
Okay.
Did it help you at all? It felt like it helped me, but you stayed kind of out of it.
No, it didn't help. Mariko's gonna just, gonna look at all three and just, I think I need to tell you something. And I've been keeping it from you. I was afraid you guys would see me as lesser and not want to be around me anymore, but I'm afraid you're all in danger now. Ever since I read those words in Abyssal, there's been something talking to me.
Something talking to you. What something?
This statue.
The statue has been talking to you?
Well, what looks like the statue? It's hard to explain. At first I couldn't see it. It was just a voice before. But now I'm seeing it and I'm realizing this might be real and not just me going crazy from being hit too hard.
Well, we've all been having visions since coming deeper into this place.
The statue, huh? Turn around with his axe, pointing at the statue. Talk to me, you fool. No?
Whatever it is, whatever is plaguing you, you should get out of here. Being in proximity to this place is probably not making it any easier on you.
It's a stone statue, right, DM?
Correct, Amundo.
Fire won't do much.
A quick question for everybody. How's everybody doing right now?
Good.
Tired.
Okay. I think perhaps go for just a few more minutes and then we call the session.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
I'll get out of here.
So, I believe you guys were saying that you wanted to continue and try to proceed towards the end of the end of this place, correct?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do.
Excellent. So, you can turn, and there's an already open doorway. My apologies. I think I marked that wrong. And it extends into a couple of you can kind of see another room, and there's a couple of pillars within it, and the worn stone room comes up into an altar in the center with some old steps, and upon it are two metal gauntlets.
Two dominants.
Toxic gauntlet. Nope.
I have really gotten in your guys' heads, haven't I?
Is there stones?
I blame Michael for that.
100%.
100%.
Oh, thank you very much for the bits, guys. And thank you for the almost hype train. I very much appreciate it.
Whereabouts in the room are the gauntlets, you said? Down here?
They're in the very center between the two pillars. There's kind of like a raised stone step area.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of cautiously walk that way and take a look at them from a distance. I don't want to be in proximity of anything that's potentially dangerous, so...
Oh, thank you guys so much for the hype. Oh, Joe, Kim, thank you guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so very much for the hype train. Choo choo, motherfuckers.
Choo choo.
Thomas has gotten his fix of ketamine. Oh, well, damn, Hilarious, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that so very much. Alright. And were you going to inspect the gauntlets?
Yeah, just as I'm kind of standing here, maybe, I don't know, 5 or 10 feet away, just kind of get a look at them from where I'm standing and see if anything seems out of the ordinary, if they're emitting any kind of weird aura, anything like that.
There's definitely a magical aura. You can kind of tell even without a roll that there's some kind of necromantic aura about them. They appear to be leather gloves with kind of almost like a darker steel affixed to them. They look spiked, almost like Daedric gloves from Elder Scrolls.
I want to get a little bit
Ew.
closer and inspect the statue to see if the statue is maybe like trapped or would be triggered in some way if someone were to remove those gloves.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
Nice.
23. Let's take advantage
I'll be right back.
of. Okay.
Thank you very much, Potato. I appreciate the bits there. You guys, thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate you all being here, and thank you for continuing to support the stream. It truly means a lot. As far as your role, you kind of take some time carefully investigating it, and you see no indication that this has any kind of a trap affixed to it.
Magical or otherwise. I wouldn't
Yep.
be like activating like a curse or something if I remove the gloves.
Not so far as you can tell.
Alright.
Thank you very much, Joe. Jeez, you guys are too much.
I think
Please be careful, Costin. We don't know what havoc any of these objects could wreak.
yes, that's kind of my worry though. If someone else were to stumble upon something in here that is potentially dangerous, I would rather we have it on us instead of some unknown fact, I have it on them. And, I'll reach out and touch one of the gauntlets.
As you touch it, you can feel a mysterious power emanating from them, but nothing bad happens upon making contact.
Alright, so I'm gonna reach up. Are they like close together? They're on like the same statue or something?
Yep, correct.
Alright, I'm gonna pull them off quickly at the same time.
Nothing happens.
These feel dangerous. I don't like the magic aura they're giving off. Put them away for safekeeping. I'll kind of open up the pack and
I
shove
can
them
put them in my bag of holding.
Maybe split them up just in case.
Actually might be a better idea, but given that the bag of holding is magical to some effect, I don't want anything potentially dangerous to happen if the magics don't mingle well. Torin, have one, and I'll keep hold of the other.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright.
What's the statue look like?
The statue itself, it kind of looks like kind of a bit broader framed than the other one that you saw. It looks almost more demonic in make, and its clawed hands show where the gauntlets once were. Oh my God, Kim, y'all, you guys don't have to do this. Thank you so much.
I know, but I love doing it.
Choo choo, motherfucker!
Joe!
Oh my God, thank you so much, you guys. But you get a feeling similar to the other statue, but different.
Is it the same individual, or is this a different individual being portrayed in the features of the statue?
It appears to be different.
Okay. With that, I'll kind of move off and do a quick once around the room, and then I guess note that there's only one other door.
Scattered around the room, you do see another shrine and some remains of some unwary assassins that were in here. Overall, you're able to kind of uncover some, like, just kind of on their persons and near the shrines, some small precious gems, some kind of, like, well-made daggers inlaid with ivory, and different kinds of just salable items, totaling up to 400 gold.
Okay.
And so again, just because I'm very lazy with loot, basically I'll flavor coinage as different items, so that you guys don't have to keep track of, like, oh yeah, there was this one thing and that was totally worth 200, and then I found this other thing worth 50. You guys can just, like, the valuables you can just add in as coinage, like, oh, I've got 200 gold pieces worth of trade goods.
Yeah.
It makes it easier for you guys.
Right.
But that's about all that you can find worth note in this room.
Okay. So I guess after the once around, I'll kind of move to the other door. Alright, looks like there's nothing else here. We should keep going.
Alright.
Is Orko still big?
Yes, it lasts for an hour.
Dang.
She thick.
Hurts you thick guys.
Oriko got that cake. So, you guys? Thick Oreo. Love it.
Orico!
Nope, you're an Oreo now.
I'll take it.
Damn.
Got that dessert. So, you guys proceed through the
Oreo
hallway.
cakesters.
It continues for a bit, and you can see just kind of like murals along each side, depicting strange symbols. You don't know what they are. And it's very kind of primitive in drawing. But there are a total of 12 of them.
Are they different drawings individually, or are they all the same?
No, they're very different. Some are large, some are smaller. Some have more masculine features, some more feminine. There's words in Abyssal, but it's a different syntax than what you've ever seen. You cannot make them out. These things you're seeing here, if you were to wager a guess, predate anything in written history.
Interesting. Okay. Well, not being able to decipher much about them at a glance, I'm just gonna kind of keep going.
Yeah,
And, like, it's kind of the two hallways where those murals are kind of going on each side. And it's then. You draw a little closer, the hallway veers off to the left. You round the corner. You can see, like an area where there's a couple of doorways going into a room. Noriko, you hear it.
Yes. You're so very close now. So very close to me. Just beyond the door. So very close now.
And with that, I end tonight's session.
Ah, damn it! Fuck you for being tired, Brandon. This is your fault.
I'm so tired.
Go make some coffee.
I already had some coffee.
Ah!
I know. Normally I'm not this tired, but this
Dude, no sweat, man, no sweat. I just appreciate you guys being here and us getting a chance to play again.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I know. I'm only fooling.
I know.
So as is tradition, guys, please award each other. Honestly, you guys are like level 7 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's step it up a bit. So let me see. I think you guys need like 11,000 to level now. Let me see. Yeah. Please award each other 400 experience points. Say who it is and why.
Alright. I'll start this off here. So. Maybe. Yeah, so. I'm gonna give, you know what? I'm gonna give mine to Oriko. I mean, dealing with the voices and everything, and just. That's actually pretty good. I mean, I know it's kind of like out of her, her space-like. But I'm gonna give mine to Oriko.
Aw. Thank you. Mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same. Just because your reactions to all the shit that Nick's throwing at you has been pretty authentic, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It
you've
looks
done
like
really
it,
well.
it physically bothers you,
It does.
and it translates well into how you play Oriko and how she's reacting to it too. So it's been great. Nick.
Sorry!
Really, like,
No, it's good. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
So mine's gotta go to Shael for that badassery with the taser hands. Like that is so
Taser hands.
Taser hands. Yeah.
I couldn't
How
think
much?
of anything else to call it, just taser hands. It's like
That's perfect. I love it so much. And it was 400 we're given?
Yep, 400.
Okay. I'm gonna give mine to Torin because that badass axe move where you're climbing up the dude with your fucking axes and then dragging that down, that was fucking killer, dude.
yeah.
Oh, so
Literally, because it killed him. But I love like the creative descriptions of the attacks. Like that's really cool.
Awesome, thank you.
Excellent. And is that everybody? Okay. I'm going to give each of you guys 1,650 experience for tonight's session.
I think I'm gonna level actually.
Ooh. Oh, it is coming down to the wire on this race for first place. Looks like We're just about to come in, and the final total is for Oriko. You get another 400 experience, courtesy of our viewers.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, congratulations, guys. This was a truly excellent session. I'm so glad to be back at this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
to the viewers, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed watching these amazing players play through this game. We'll be back next week for Thicker Than Wine, and then we'll be back to this. This game's every 2 weeks. If you had fun here, drop us a follow. Join the community. Here, even join the Discord if you should feel so inclined. Hopefully I fixed the link thing so that it actually works now, but we'll see.
I just rolled max hit points for my level, guys.
Hot dog!
Nice.
I love it.
Nice.
But really, truly, I appreciate all of the continued support for the stream. Thank you guys so much for being the most amazing community on the internet. And thank you everybody for coming by. I'm going to go ahead and we'll mute ourselves to do the credits, as I do like to credit everything. Everything from our music, which we have linked playlists to our visual assets, are all things that we either own or are royalty free for use, because it is 2022. Art theft is bullshit, and we need to be better. But yeah, I'll go ahead. We'll get the credits going, and then we'll probably all choose somebody to rate at the end of this. But let's go ahead and do that. Second here. Alright friends, thank you again for joining us for D&D tonight. If you had fun, drop a follow. For now I'm going to go ahead and raid a friend of mine, Pandalisha.
Alright,
We're
but you
gonna
all
initiate
have
the
a
raid
good
now.
night, and until next time.
Let's go ahead and show her a little bit of love too, guys. But thank you again for spending your night here, for joining us for D&D. We'll be on Discord for an after party if anybody wants to hang out. Until next time, my friends,